Okay, people, how you doing out there? First things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Crystal Edge Technology Screens. Man, I told you. I told you that at the end of the day, that the product that he was making, the black paint, was exactly what I said it was. It was just black paint. And I'll tell you why. Because this is 6 requests that we asked this individual on tests that we had to perform every day on black technology. Is we had to do demonstrations, like I said, black fabric. We do some crazy stuff in there like black t-shirts, hoodies. Black paint is one of the #1 things you have to test against. So all these different surfaces have to be done, not the hoodie and the t-shirt. And the reason why they have to be done is because anytime you're dealing with a consumer or you're dealing with a company, first thing they're going to ask is your product black paint? You have to be to show that there's a proof that your product, the difference between your product and black paint and your product and being what you have. You have to be to back that up. Now keep in mind, we got this request many times from this particular individual asking us to do demonstrations on our product versus black paint, even accusing our product being nothing but black paint. So now this individual tries to make a black screen paint, and we requested this 6 times from him. Even yesterday, I requested it again. I said, "It's my last time requesting this from you because this should be a very easy thing for you to do if your product is not black paint." So I told you, when he does these demonstrations, he's challenged against these demonstrations, he does these like flea tactics. So right here, he's showing a product called a venue. Oh man, I don't even know where to begin with some of this train wreck stuff. First things first, the JBF venue, whatever that thing is supposed to be, that's black and white paint at the end of the day, because it looks exactly like it looks exactly like the 10 tablespoons that we put in to make the Metallica mix. And it's definitely somewhere around the edge of the Metallica mix. So it's probably, if anything, it's probably a copy of the Metallica mix. I guarantee that much. But as I said before, gray screen paint products do not have the capability of producing, one, contrast. They don't produce proper color. And their white levels are okay, but they're not on the level of a Phantom, and they're not on the level of a white screen. So as I said before, gray screen paint products waste your time. As a matter of fact, the fact that this individual is flip-flopping back and forth, because at first you hate black technology, but now you're trying to be a part of technology, which kind of makes you a copycat at the end of the day. But like I said, even the black technology you develop does not work at all, period. Because one of the tests you have to be to back up in a black test is you have to show it has no affiliation with any form of black surface, black paint whatsoever, because this is something companies and customers will bring up on a given about your product. And that's why we do those tests against the screen, showing that no, it pulls the highest white level, being a screen that dark. So as I told you before, he's going to avoid it at all costs, which usually most people do when they can't back up their product. So here he tries to do some venue screen, saving you hundreds, whatever. Now, the black screen, for some reason, disappeared. He's not doing it anymore because he can't back it up. These are requests we've required for him to do. If our technology has to go under these extreme testing, I don't see why anybody else can't. For some reason, his screens can't. As for this JBL venue, buddy, that's black and white paint. I can see that from here. I can make that product from here. I know exactly what it is. It is not that far off from the product that we made that was a Metallica mix that was using the 10 tablespoons of 10 tablespoons of black paint into the white paint. That's a black and white mixture. I'm looking at it right now. It's a black and white mixture. I can tell you right from the door. It's nothing different. It's the same thing. He's doing the same thing over and over again. Now, I understand when he came at me, we had the 7. He came at us with the 7, telling me, "Oh, your product's not about black paint. It's a scam, always some black paint." We were to back that up. We were to show a side-by-side demonstration of a 7 versus everyday black paint. We were to come in and show Phantoms and Phoenixes doing demonstrations against black paint, black material with no problem, even with projectors at 5,000, 4,000, and 1,000 lumens, and showing the difference. But we've requested this from you 6 times in a row, and you failed to show any demonstration next to black paint. As a matter of fact, you avoid it as much as possible. Seeing here in your demonstrations when you first started showing up the screen, you deleted one video. This is the video he deleted from the account, because I don't know how in the world you're trying to convince people that you had two black screens and one of them is not registering as a black screen at all, period. I don't know why there's gray in there to begin with. There shouldn't be any gray in there. And the other screen that is black is producing a very horrible white level. Very, very horrible white level. So we know right there from the door, there's something wrong with that product. Then we come over here and we see no demonstrations. These are all the times we're telling him to take this product and put it against black paint. He's avoiding as much as possible. Nothing here, nothing here, nothing here. It comes up, does another demonstration. I don't know what's going on with you, man, this demonstration. You try to do it in Spanish. Understand, I can read Spanish. All right. So yeah, I mean, I basically, like I said, I can read Spanish. Okay. So I know exactly what you're saying in the demonstration. So nowhere you can hide that either. This screen right here is having difficulties, as you can see. Not only that, one of the biggest mistakes you did in this demonstration, I'm gonna tell you right now, you put a product that you slammed constantly, as in black screens, against your top screen, which is a Cinemax. And this screen right here, not even being black, was able to produce much better color and contrast than your screen. At the end of the day, showing customers that they need to stay away from your gray products and they need to stay away from your black products, especially until this tests are done. Because at the end of the day, you could be buying nothing but black paint. Black paint does the same reaction as it does in his product. He can't show a difference. And that's why he won't do it. But this is one I find interesting right here in this video. As I've been telling you before for the longest time, that gray screens can't pull color, they can't pull contrast. The white levels, depending on the black technology, the white levels could be better. On our technology, we can pull up on white screens all day long because our white levels are extremely high on a Phantom. Where what he has here doesn't have the ability to do so, which means it's struggling when it comes to white levels. It should have, if a black screen is professional, it should have no problem against a screen that color, because we can do white screens easily, and that's not even white. But I'm gonna show you where he made his mistake. When you did the demonstration, your screen here came up better than the screen right here. That screen right there that you have right there will be able to outperform all your gray screen paint products with no problem whatsoever. The only difference is your gray screen paint products are going to produce a higher white level because this product right here has a very poor white level. That's why. But when it comes to contrast and color, this screen is going to dominate all the other screens with no problem. The only issue he has with that screen is the fact that its white levels are really, really poor. Come here for a minute. Mouse is kind of goofy today. Here we go. So look at that demonstration and you will see this screen is outperforming this screen. Now, this is one of the problems we had when we questioned him about the Cinemax. He claimed in his demonstration that the Cinemax had the capability of pulling. It's the lies he tells back and forth, that the Cinemax had the capability of pulling a contrast level equal to a black screen. And that's the case, and that screen's not even black. It's kind of a very dark gray. How is it possible that it's outperforming your top screen? You see how washed out the Cinemax is now? Now, when he has it up against this projector right here, when he's doing this demonstration on the short throw, right? This projector is designed to this projector right here any day is going to outperform the projector behind him. This is what he uses as his main projector. If you're using a projector of a high caliber, like a P2, it is going to show a huge difference over a projector behind you that's 720p Epson, easily. So when you do your demonstrations, you display them on this projector this close. Man, your screen is really small. I'm not trying to be front, but you have a very small screen. My screens are way bigger than that right there. That's another thing too. I have a problem with these ultra short throw demonstrations on these tiny, I call these tiny screens. To me, it's just a tiny screen. On these tiny screens, because that image is compressed right into the surface and it gives it a sharper, brighter image. Mind you, the projector behind him has a distance throw now. So it's a distance throw of probably about 13 feet or 8 feet from his house, 8 feet from the apartment. That's where that comes in at. But this is right up on top of the screen. So that means the distance throw is going to be that shorter. On top of that, you don't have to worry about losing that many lumens. On top of that, you're going to get a brighter and sharper image. Your contrast levels are not going to fail as much because your distance throw is that short. Whew. That's where I could have opened up a school for this. All right. So anyway, if you notice in this demonstration, see that black bar across the top? This is part of the demonstration. As you see, the Cinemax is not even picking it up anywhere. See how the red levels are much darker here and they're washed out and faded here? The only way he'll be able to push that image properly is he's going to have that expensive projector to do it. Now, if he did that demonstration again, just like this, without this in the way, get rid of the projector, use the Epson projector only, and see if he gets the same amount of contrast and color that you can get from that projector than you get from this one. You can't. That's why I told you at the end of the day, when you do demonstrations and a customer comes in, they're looking at your projector. They're going to look at how much your projector costs. It's a $2,000 or $3,000 projector. Automatically, that projector costs more than your paint. My customers can go in and look at my projectors and my demonstrations, and my projector downstairs in my living room right now will cost my customers $270. So you consider the fact $3,000 to $4,000 over $270, and my image looks better than yours. I can do mine in fully lit environments. I can do mine on massive 150-inch screens. I can do mine at 27 feet away from the screen. You can't do that in your demonstrations. You would have to carry that P2 outside in order to do that demonstration. Any other screen's not going to pull up correctly. But let's get back to this real quick. We shot himself in the foot. So as you can see, the entire time, the 720p projector is pulling up a better image because the screen is darker. This right here, this is a black level right here. The screen is, the Cinemax is not even seeing it. It's not even picking it up at all, period. So how is it possible that this screen he claimed called the Cinemax can pull up these amazing contrast levels equal to black screens, but yet it's not even picking up a contrast level nowhere near the fake black paint that you made? It's like the UV could beat this screen with no problem. See, making fake claims. You got to stop making fake claims. You get caught up in your own fake claims. Look right here. Perfect example right here. Look at the salmon here. Look at the discoloration of it here. Look how much better it looks here. When I was telling you that black screens are the future, darker screens are the future, and people want to push you toward these light products are obsolete. Look how much better the difference is here compared to here. See how washed out and faded this is? So let me get this straight. Your Cinemax only works when it's on a high performance projector, because keep in mind, if that's the case, then you fall under the same guidelines as people who basically have certified screens. They would pick the most expensive projector, because I've heard one of them actually say that, well, we use a projector with so much, the higher the contrast, the better your contrast levels on the screen. So you have to depend on a projector with an extremely high contrast level in order to produce a proper black level. And that tells me at the end of the day, someone's going to cost $1,000 in order to do that. But meanwhile, we have a screen downstairs that can pick up at 4,000 to 1 contrast ratio and do it at 27 feet away outside. Not inside, not protected by walls and doors and ceilings and none of that, outside. We can even do that inside with no problem. But this is where you messed up. You just proved to everybody at the end of the day, when I told you that darker technology is better, even against your own Cinemax. We don't even have to have your product down here to test anymore. You did it to yourself. Why in the world would I buy your product, bring it down here, do a test against a black screen when clearly you just did it for me already for the door? You just showed everybody the reason why darker screens are much better. Now, the problem we have here is that he tried to develop a darker screen, but he failed at the white levels, and he also failed at basically being able to show that the screen is nothing more, it's not black paint at all. The fact that you can't prove that means at the end of the day, any customer, if they want to basically have your product, all they have to do is buy black paint or black speaker fabric or a black bed sheet. Anything's going to react the same way. It's going to react exactly the same way. But on my end, they can't do that. So if they try to compare, the screen's automatically going to come up very, very dark. It's not going to pick up. Colors are going to come out dark because our screens produce an amazing white level. And that's the most important thing when it comes to a black screen. Not contrast, the white level, because the white level affects everything on the screen. But you just proven here in this video demonstration why your gray screen paint products are obsolete. See the difference in that? That's your Cinemax. This is the dark gray product. That's what it is. You can't remember. We asked them to do a pour out. A pour out is when you take 2 containers, one black paint, one being your product, and pour them out side by side to show that they're both equally black. Now, what they do in front of that projector is a whole nother story. But you couldn't do the pour out. You couldn't do the demonstration of your product versus black paint. The fact that you avoided it this many times clearly shows that your product is what it is. It's black paint. Now you're trying to convert back over to the gray paint to try to convince your customers to buy that. But at the end of the day, they can make that themselves with black and white paint any day. They can make that. As a matter of fact, I have on the floor right now actually matches that venue projector. I don't know why you call it a venue to begin with, because keep in mind, if you're dealing with a venue projector, they're going to expect heavy contrast levels. Majority of the people I deal with on screens that are that big, they're going to request contrast levels are a must. If they're going to be doing a huge visual of outer space or stars or galaxies or whatever they're going to need something, or even an ocean. They're going to need something with heavy contrast levels to get the screen to pop. Your screen would never work on that level outside, period. Even inside, it doesn't even work. So they're going to avoid going near a gray screen. They're going to go near a black screen to do it. Because the demonstrations I just did on the 250 inches, you wouldn't be the pool out there with no problem. You would not be the pool. You would have problems out there. Your screen would wash out. But we'll show you some demonstrations on that sooner or later. We'll do a gray screen paint mix outside versus the big 150 inches outside and white screens, and show you why you do not want to go near these products. But this right here clearly shows you at the end of the day why you don't want to go near light gray screen paint products, why they're obsolete, why darker screens cost more money. Let's keep going. Another perfect example. See how the background here is black? It's jet black. It's like it's kind of a darker black to kind of make the colors pop a little better. See how the reds look better here? Look at the reds here on the Cinemax. See how washed out and faded they are? You can't even see the black background anymore. It's completely gone. So this is a lot of explaining you're going to have to do, because you portrayed this product to pull amazing contrast levels. You even have it on your website showing a very dark contrast level, so your product can pull this image. How is the fact that this product right here is pulling a better contrast and color than your Cinemax? And it's doing it at 720p. It's not even doing it at the P1 level. That's why I told you that he depends on a high-end projector to make his screen look good. If that wasn't the case, the customer with the leisure projector would have pulled the exact same image he would have had on his. That was the case. Anybody watching my demonstrations has projectors better than mine. Anybody. My projectors are older and outdated. Let's keep going. There you go. Another demonstration right there. Look right here where you see his screen is washed out and faded here, washed out and faded here. And when he did the demonstration, he tried to run that same demonstration back on the P2, and he did it in the dark. Mind you, he did the contrast levels. This is a very heavy the contrast show you showed with the one with the OLED, LED, whatever the candles come up. That's a very dark contrast demonstration. He didn't do that in a fully lit environment. He did here. He did that in the dark with the P2 only. There you go. But for some reason, this screen's not pulling up those contrast levels. So you need to have this projector, you need to be in the dark in order to pull up the contrast levels. Again, faking it. And before you start talking about, I told you it's funny how people will sit there in the dark, do dark demonstrations, but they'll try to ridicule our black technology that is sitting outside. My screens are outside at 150 inches. They're not inside the house at 100 inches. They're outside at 150. Two of them back to back, and they're 27 feet from the screen. I don't know how and where you're trying to talk trash about that, but okay, whatever. Now, as you can see right here, see where the red is better here on the screen? That's the black bar at the top. I told you when I was watching the demonstration of the customer who had his screen outside, I told you that the black bar was faded, completely faded. It was blending into the screen. That bar is supposed to remain black at all times. It's supposed to be darker at all times. The reason why it's not darker here, because most of it is clipped from the image. The image comes off right here, see right here? So this is not being hit by the projector. You won't see any contrast levels here at all, period. But as you can see, look at the difference in the color. See how the screen is washed out completely? This is when we bring his paint on we do these demonstrations on these red levels and blue levels. Oh, he needs to do a red level and blue level on this product. He won't do it. He's already out in his product as it is. You can see where it's completely washed out here and here. Now, this is where you messed up. Like I said, this is where you messed up. Number one, you showed a darker product outperforming your screen. Mind you, this is the same individual who said that dark screens are so dark you can't see them on your screen, but yet he's showing a dark screen producing an image on his product and outperforming his product at the same time. So how is it possible that our technology over here that you claim is so dark that nobody can't see it can do a black paint demonstration, a black fabric demonstration, a versus black versus black, but you have avoided this demonstration at all costs, which means your screen would produce too dark of an image for anyone to see. You haven't did the white level test. We haven't seen any of those done. You've done those against gray screens because you know gray screens are going to produce a much lower white level than a actual white screen. So you cheated on that demonstration also too. So if you're avoiding this, and you know your product's going to come out very, very dark, it's going to produce a very bad image, or it's going to match the black paint, how are you making these accusations that this product right here has the ability to be more advanced than this product right here? And keep in mind, if our screens came out that dark, there is no way in the world our screens would ever be able to pass a black paint demonstration. It'd be virtually impossible. But for some reason, your somewhat so-called black product is avoiding that test at all costs. Isn't that interesting when you think about it? Oh, we're in discussion forums. Discussion forums talk about this all day long. These are professionals in this forum to talk about this, about breaking down his videos. And yeah, they can see where he's cheating and doing all kinds of deceitful stuff. Yeah, right there, you just proven why darker technology is the future. Because who in their right mind is going to sit there and keep in mind, if a customer can't afford the P2 projector you have here, and they have a projector, as I said, a lower grade than this projector, they're not going to get the same results. I guarantee the projector behind him is not even calibrated. All right, let's move on. But now you're trying to convince your customers that they need to buy this Venue JB gray paint. Again, another scam. All right, see how the background of this is black right here? Not even showing up at all. That's why I said there's no point in us ever buying your Cinemax because you proved it already. If we had took this product and stuck it against an actual black screen and pulled a star field on it, it wouldn't have picked up. It's not even picking up at 720p. I'm pretty sure the contrast level on the projector you have behind you on Epson is way lower than this. Where is the rest of the picture? I can see if it's here, right here, but it's not here. Remember when I told you in demonstrations that usually when they do demonstrations in fully lit environments, they will stick to very bright colors because very bright colors have a better chance of picking up than a black contrast level. And when you do your black contrast levels, you're supposed to do them in fully lit environments. So that way the customer can see in a fully lit environment, if the environment does change, will it affect its contrast levels, which is very important to show, which is something CROWS does not do in its demonstrations. He does contrast levels in the dark, and he does bright colors in a well-lit environment. This is a perfect example right here, where you can see if he did this in a fully lit environment, you would see the screen would wash out. Now, if he tries to do a demonstration of trying to prove, and he did one before, trying to show a star field demonstration on the same projector he used in the demonstration, he had no screen next to it to compare it. So he did it on a standalone, which means the screen was standing by itself. There was nothing to compare it to those black levels. Here, we have it here right now. Oh, he did do one with the black screen in the middle, and the black screen came up darker. As I explained to you too in that demonstration too, in that demonstration too, that if you're trying to compare a Cinemax to any of the blacker screens, our screens don't produce gray levels. They produce 100% contrast. So the fact that the black screen you had in the middle, when you did the star field with the Epson, the black screen in the middle pulled the blackest contrast level where your screen pulled the gray. You can't compare a gray screen to a screen that can produce a 100% black level. It's not the same. But as you can see right here, clearly the Cinemax does not see contrast in any way whatsoever. See, that's a problem. You have to be to break these videos down because he does these videos so fast that people need to really look at what they're watching. We do these in forum sites all the time. So as I said before, where's the contrast level on this Cinemax? It's supposed to pull this amazing black level, not even here. As you can see, the bright colors are showing up with perfectly, right, in a fully lit environment. So that's why when they do demonstrations, even with the certifieds, they will stick to bright colors and well-lit environments because they will produce better. And in contrast levels, they would use this in more control of an ambient light environment to be able to get the black levels to push a little higher. Told you that before. I was explaining y'all that a long time ago. So look, this is how they're doing it. And he just did it to himself. Literally just did it to himself. As we go back, you can see where the color faded on the Cinemax. Keep in mind, all gray screen paints are going to react the exact same way. There's no difference in it. They all react the same way. We did that when we did the demonstration. We made the products. They all react the same way. And at the end of the day, people, it's your dime. I'm paid either way. I'm good. Trust me. But I'm trying to help you out. I'm paid. I'm good. The bottom line is I don't like fakes. This is a business I take very seriously, and I do not like fakes. And I do these demonstrations not only against this individual or any other individual that is faking a demonstration. Yes, especially if it's black. Come on. You're not going to take my profession and basically try to take it and try to make it look like, oh, I can do it. No, you can't do jack. You can't even make the product at all. I even gave him permission that he can make my product, post the ingredients, and I'll make it and put it against my own screen. It hasn't been done, has it? No, he can't make black paint. He can't even make proper gray paint. Well, he can make gray paint, but the gray paint he's making is old. Like I said, it's an outdated product. And as you can see here, it's showing it's an outdated product. Now let's go over here. As you can see, this is the issue that he's having with the screen. It's not pulling his proper white levels. It's pulling up the exact same white level that a black paint or a screen with house paint would pull. The exact same tone. That's why we don't have any demonstrations yet of him doing any products with a white screen behind it or showing the black paint demonstration. He's not doing that because it will match his product. Perfect example right here. Look at the green here. Look at the green here. Completely washed out. If you did a color pattern on this, this would pull the best color. This would pull the washed out color. See right here on the fruit where it's not showing you up front. Right there. See the orange is nice and vivid here. It's completely washed out here. Look at the freaking, I think it's a lime. Yeah, it's a lime. Look at the color of the lime here. See how bright it is right here and how deep and rich it is? It is completely washed out on the Cinemax here. This is stuff that he does not expect for you to see. This is why I tell you, man, you can go in and try to break my videos down if you want. What are you going to do? Oh, he has 250-inch screens outside. He's 27 feet away. One's 720p, one's 1080p. Did y'all know that? There were like two different projectors out there. One was 4,000, one was 5,000 lumens. We did, how are you going to break that down? Where would I be faking anything? Okay, then. Did I show snowstorms? I did. Did I show contrast levels? I did. Did I show colors? I did. Yeah, okay. Now, I don't know how you're going to break that out, but I can break this down easily. So you can see the Cinemax does not pull proper color. He uses smoke and mirrors when he displays his screen because he has the screen in the dark where these colors are going to pop up much better, much higher. And he's going to use the most expensive projector he has because the projector is going to be doing all the work. It's actually giving off the same reaction as the other fellow who was actually showing off his screen. He was getting that faded, washed out image. I'm going to figure out what projector you have there. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to do a demonstration of it off our screen with your product. I'll figure out what projector you have. Perfect example here. Look at the fruit here. See how it's washed out and faded here? Look at it on this screen right here. Now, the problem you have here, and this is where I said you messed up. You're showing a product that you have not properly tested. At the end of the day, the customer doesn't know if he's getting a real black screen or if he's getting black paint due to the fact that you will not do this demonstration and you have refused him 6 times in a row. I asked yesterday, I told you, guarantee he was going to refuse it. He was going to probably do a video game or some kind of product review. That's what he does when he basically gets caught up in something he can't get out of, or he'll go on vacation, stuff like that. That's what he does to avoid the test. We asked you 6 times in a row. The first time you asked me about black paint, went out and did it right there from the spot. Not only did I go out and do it, I did it 5 times on the video. Put fabric, sheets, anything. I got pillowcases right now downstairs laying against my screen right now for a demonstration. I threw everything up there. I threw a TV up there one time and did white levels versus the TV. Yeah, we don't play around over here. If you tell us that we get it done. That's it. But this individual will avoid at all costs. Now he's going back to his gray screen paint mixes, which I don't know how that's going to work out for you, because at the end of the day, you just showed a gray mix over here that's not even properly tested, and it basically outperformed your best screen. Perfect, another perfect example. Look how faded, I guess these is sugar. Look how faded this is right here. Or I think it's, I don't know what it is, but anyway, if you look at it, the color here is completely washed out. Completely washed out here. Any dark gray screen will beat his products. Any one of them. You can make it yourself. Heck, the freaking UV mix we just showed you how to make, that was actually what, six white tablespoons into, we got it down here. We got everything down here on the floor. We got it all down here on the floor. It's 6 tablespoons of white into black paint. That's what it is. So how is it possible you got a 720p Epson projector that's producing better color right now on a darker screen than your Cinemax you have here that you show off on a P2? That's something to think about there. And the sad thing about this is I wouldn't even follow his steps on this, because like I said, at the end of the day, we can show you why you don't want to put try to mimic a black screen by using black paint or black fabric, because we can show you that on white levels, they don't pick up. It's impossible for them to see white light because they were never developed for that. It's a black paint. It was designed for painting on a wall or a piece of furniture or whatever it may be. It was never developed to see white light. That's how we can tell what his products are, by just looking at them. But look at this, 720p projector. Now, like I said, you're not going to get your white levels. They're not going to come out all that great because this screen has probably extremely poor white levels. And I guarantee it does match black paint because that's something he avoided at all costs. That's the first thing you're supposed to show. What are you going to do if a company comes up and says, hey, look, we want to buy this product, but we need to see if this product matches black paint? What are you going to do? If you can't even answer our request, you're definitely going to answer a company's request. All right. You might want to get that checked out, buddy, over there. I'm not trying to be rude, but that kind of looks kind of like, I'm going to leave it alone. I already went through that incident already, but you might want to get that inspected right there. All right. Anytime I see spots like that in the house, the first thing that pops in my head is mold. That's the first thing that pops up in my head. Not saying he has it or not, but it's the first indicator that popped up that you may have a mold issue. You might want to get that looked at. That's something you don't want to play around with. I mean, no jokes, not to bust on the guy or anything, but you may want to have that poked around, looked at, and we'll see what that might be. All right, so here we go right here. Especially if you live in an area that especially is hot and humid from time to time. It has a lot of moisture. You got to be really careful about that. I have a lot of friends up in California and Florida, and they've had issues like that before. All right, see right here? Again, see how the image is washed out. The blue is much better here. The blue is faded here. You should have did, like I said, you should have did, I would have did, before doing this, I would have did a black on black test to begin with, just to show that there's a difference between my product and black paint. Just like here, you should have did the demonstration we were telling you to do against black and white paint versus your product to show there's a difference, which you didn't do, which I can make this. I'm looking at your screen right now. I think I had the color here that matches your screen. I think we do. I think it's got to be a 2 or a 3. It's one of them in there, but it matches that product perfectly. But look at this right here. See how the color is much better here? See how it's washed out on the Cinemax? That's why I said the claim that you made against the Cinemax saying it produces better color and contrast is a complete lie. A 720p projector and a darker mix is beating your screen. Look at the color here between here and here. It has the same reaction. This screen has the same reaction as the Cinemax, as all the other screen paints. The personal, it has the same exact reaction, the color. At the end of the day, I told you they all do the same thing. You really didn't think this through when you made this demonstration, did you? Really didn't think this through. So as of the day, we automatically know that his product is black paint. That's what it is. 6 requests asking him to do this demonstration. The first one was a challenge asking him to do the demonstration on his product versus black paint. I have no idea what the heck that was in that demonstration. You got a gray screen on one side. I don't even know how that's considered to be black. You got another screen that's black on the other side. It's pointing to the dark levels. The white levels are horrible on that screen. I don't know what that patch of gray there at the bottom is. That whole thing was confused. And why are you still doing these demonstrations on these tiny screens? As a matter of fact, if you're showing off a customer's screen, it should be fully expanded so they can see it from corner to corner, not draped over a piece of cardboard. Not professional. You call yourself a professional business. You're far from it. See right here? Now look at the cherries here. Look how they pop here. Look how they wash out here on the Cinemax. This is a screen that he sat there and told you is his best and can pull contrast levels. Now, I know customers who own the screen, I know what you have from the door. I know your screen does not pick up in a fully lit environment. I know your screen washes out. And I know pretty much this individual has probably told you that you have to use your screens in an ambient light controlled environment, and you're going to have to calibrate your projector in order to get the colors the exact same way. You don't have to calibrate jack. Just go out and buy a 720p projector and a darker screen. Boom, you're good. That's it. As we do in our demonstrations. Hello, 720p projectors, cheap ones, and black technology. He just mimicked demonstrations that we do. The only difference is our screens can pull higher white levels. So you don't need, at the end of the day, why would you go out and spend money for that thing right there to begin with? Why? Just go out and buy that 720p projector, which I'm going to buy one now on eBay. Right now, I'm buying one. I'm going to figure exactly what model number he has, and I'm buying one on eBay. And I'm going to do this exact same demonstration on a dark screen with his like products, and I guarantee to do the exact same thing. Guarantee you. All right, let's keep going. That was a bad idea. This is the baddest mistake you've ever made. You should have tested this screen first, and then you got to untest the screen here, which if customers get this, they don't know whether or not, well, you'll know if you're getting black paint or not. All you got to do is just buy black paint and just put it against the screen. That's all you got to do. That's how you know. That's how you know the difference. Just buy some black paint, paint down the side of your screen, put it next to each other, and I guarantee they match. See right here, look how the colors are here. Much more richer, much more better without calibrating the projector. Because remember, he did a demonstration. Oh, you have to calibrate your projector. You have to. Of course, you're telling people you have to calibrate their projector. Big companies push that all the time. Like when they tell you that you have to have it in an ambient light controlled environment, because they know darn well if the screen's in a fully lit environment, it's going to have issues. If it's not calibrated, the customer's colors are going to drop. And for that environment, all environment's going to change. There's no way in the world that a company like Elite Screen is going to have an environment set up and you're going to have the exact same environment when you put the screen in. That is virtually impossible. So they're going to tell you to calibrate it to make up for what the screen is going to be lacking. You have to have this particular projector to produce better contrast and color for what the screen is going to be lacking. They're not going to tell you, hey, 720p projector, you're good to go. You can do that in a fully lit environment right next to your window. They're not going to tell you that. How are you comparing your screen to my freaking setup? And my screen comes in at least from here all the way up to here. It's about as tall as your window. I have about all the way across. My screen is it's bigger than your screen. At that, you got your window covered up here. I have windows on this side, windows on this side, two sets of double pane windows on each side, hitting my screen back and forth at the same time. I don't know how you're comparing this to my environment. Oh my goodness. Like this is irking the crap out of me. I'm not going to talk about another man where he lays his head at, but this would drive me freaking crazy. I have to have I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to leave it alone. I can't have clutter. Clutter drives me freaking crazy. It does. I can't deal with that mess. I can't. I mean, to each his own, to each his own. Not judge anybody, but this would drive me freaking nuts. I have to be clean. Oh, it drives me crazy. But I grew up military, so, that's the way it is for me. I grew up where bottom line is you couldn't, at 8 years old, better not get up out of that bed and can't bounce a half dollar off it. I grew up military. Everything had to be straight and clean. Yeah, you don't need, I can't deal with clutter. It drives me nuts. But anyway, it's not about this. The video is not about that. So if I went off on the end on that, I do apologize if I went overboard. It's just something that ticks me off. I can't stand boxes and stacks of stuff unorganized. It just drives me nuts. But that's my pet peeve right there. Okay, let's move on to here. All right, because as you can see, the peppers here are washed out on the Cinemax. They're washed out here. Look at the black level right here in the background. It's not even picking it up. As I told you before, when they display off these light gray screens, even the certifieds do it too. They will pick bright colors. As we watched with the Elite Screen yesterday, they had a lot of bright colors in there, tigers and nature and stuff like that. They will stay away from the darker areas because these screens will have some issues picking up. They'll stick to nice bright colors. When it comes to contrast levels, they'll put that in a more darker controlled area, so that way the screen picks up better black levels, which is not good either way. All right, let's keep going on this real quick. Still picking up better color, much better color. Now mind you, this is a screen that he claimed could pull contrast levels equals to black screens. It's not even picking up next to your product. That's why I sat there and said, it'd be interesting if you did a demonstration against the UV mix versus the Cinemax, and if you could show that the Cinemax could pull contrast levels equal to a UV mix. Because if you're going out there and you're telling people at the end of the day, don't go near black screens because they'll produce this black image you can barely even see. And keep in mind, at the end of the day, you can't even back your product next to everyday household black paint. But we can do that and show a higher white level. So maybe it's possible that your screen is black paint. It's possible that your product does not pull a high enough white level because you always do these white level demonstrations on gray screens instead of white screens. I don't get that part. But these are the same questions you came at us with when we're developing black technology. We're now coming at you with, and you can't even back up your own product. But not only can you not back up your own product, you are showing a black paint substance that pretty much, like I said, at the end of the day, people, is black paint, producing a better image than your top screen that was supposed to be able to produce contrast levels equal to a black screen. Doesn't seem to be doing such a good job here, as you see. Look at the food here. Look how natural it looks here. And keep in mind, it's on a 720p projector at that. Not even using this, 720p. Look at the image here. Look how washed out and faded it is here. Now, in order for him to get this color back, to make it look more richer and better, he's going to have this screen in a dark environment, and it's going to have to use that projector to do it. Because if that was the case, he can remimic the exact same demonstration. That's why he doesn't do projector swap outs. No, he won't do that in a contrast level. Oh, heck no. There'll be all kinds of issues popping up on the screen. Perfect example here. Look at the color here. If he did a color pattern test, strictly color, this would have pulled the better color. This color would have remained washed out. I told you it's black and white paint. At the end of the day, that, my friend, you are purchasing is black and white paint. It's a black and white paint product. That's what it is. That could be made so easily. Not even funny how fast it could be made. It's black and white. It depends on trying to figure exactly how many scoops of black paint. You could even make that mistake. You don't even have to measure that. You would still nail it. If you even did it blindfold, you would still nail it with no problem. You would nail that with no problem whatsoever. Let's look at the patterns here. So all I have to do is to do this. I can tell exactly from what I put in here on how close I can get to making that. That's all I have to do. That's all it takes. Mind you, I make product in an hour. So it's not hard for me to figure out which one will be which. So this is the one we have right here. What's this one right here? This one is 3. I would say somewhere between 5 would match that perfectly. 5 would match it. There's no problem. That's all I need to see, to know. 5. All this is just different shades of different black and white paint. That's all it is. So at the end of the day, if your customers didn't really care about white levels or how dark the screen came up, they just get black paint. They'll produce a better color than yours. Now, see right here? See where its white levels are really weak right here? We did this demonstration, same thing we did on a demonstration versus a 0.9 white screen, the Elite Pro Acoustic. We did on that one, and we were able to produce a white level that was higher than this right here. That's how I know it. Then you see that tone in that white? When I take a screen, I say white levels first, I can tell by the tone of the white level what's in it. So we can tell automatically from the door that that tone is actually matching the exact same tone in the black paint we have over here. That's why I sit there and sometimes in front of screen paint, I'll ask for white levels because it'll tell me exactly what's in the product just by looking at a white level alone. It's not to show, when we do those demonstrations, it's not to show which screen is producing the highest white level, because that's the last thing you want in a screen. You don't want your white levels too high. If your white levels are generating too much white light, that is going to affect contrast and color. So when you see me do a demonstration of certified screens and I go white screen first, it's not to show off who has the highest white level. There's a certain tone that has to be in that white level in order to pull off of both. And I look at the screens and I go from the door, I say, oh, guess what? We're going to have a problem. You heard me say that many times in videos. And the minute I say red screen, boom, the screen turns white. Blue screen, boom. Any screen I pull up, they can't match the color of the black screen. Then I put on a snowstorm demonstration and you see the white levels pull in. You see it come and blend into the screen. There you go. There you go. That's why. Because on a pure white level, I can pick up exactly what I need to see just by looking at that. That's why in any demonstration you will watch me do, I'll ask to request white levels first. If I see a certain tone that pops up, I know the screen's going to have an issue. It's going to struggle. So in black paint, if we pull up that white level, it comes up a certain tone, exact same tone we have here. All right, now you can see right here, not even worried about that. Look at the other colors that are popping much better. This is on an uncalibrated 720p projector he's using. As you can see at the end of the day, this is why I tell you that black technology is more, or darker screens is more superior. This is why you sit there and you pay $3,000 and $5,000 for these darker screens, because they have the ability to pull a higher contrast level, but they also too have that reflective surface that allows them to pull a higher white level too. The reflective surface is used to make up for what they're going to lose when they make the screen darker. But the problem with the reflective surface, it has issues. Some of them have narrow viewing cones. Some of them don't work well with ultra short throw projectors. Some of them basically will turn dark if you move from side to side. They have issues. That's a narrow viewing cone effect right there. And then some of them, at the end of the day, like I said, reflect way too much white light. As I showed you in the technology, we have the cinema green, the eco-friendly technology. That screen is actually lighter, where the DMP Supernova and the Dark Star 9 is darker than that screen. But when that screen sits up there, it produces a higher contrast level. There you go. The reflective surface is sometimes not a good thing. But that's what they do to be able to maintain a higher white level, because they know the white levels are going to drop. But they also need to make the screen darker to be able to pick up a richer and darker image, better contrast levels. Mind you, the projector behind him, right here, has like a 2 million to 1 something contrast. The 720p behind him probably has way less than that, and it picks up a better contrast level. Let's keep going. I don't think he realized what he was doing when he did this demonstration. Really hurt himself pretty bad. Because now you basically showed at the end of the day that any darker screen is going to outperform your product. That's the mistake you made. Another mistake you made is you have no way to back up your product actually is what it is, because you won't do the black test demonstration. You've avoided it 6 times. Another big mistake, which shows your screen is a fake. Another bigger mistake, you just showed a product, a fake product, outperforming your top product that you made claims against to have the ability to produce all this amazing color and contrast levels, which is not even performing even close to matching the screen using a projector at only 720p that's sitting behind you. See the difference right here in the bowl of fruit? See how much darker it is right here, much richer it is. See how washed out it is here. Look at the color of the table right here. Look at it right here. It's washed out. You got to be real careful about, I call them a bull in a china shop. You ever heard the term about the bull in a china shop? Just goes rushing and destroying everything, not even thinking it at all, period. I'll tell you, if you had your own military, you'd be slaughtered in the day. And I'll tell you why. You have bad strategy, extremely bad business strategy. You do. Can't win a war unless you have an amazing strategist. Washed out. See right here? See the black level here? See how much darker it is here? See how it's washed out right in here? Now I can see right there. See how the white level is really poor here? This is why we know the screen has black paint in it. I told you, if you got an ounce of black paint in that screen and you throw it up against a Phantom, your screen's going to have some issues. Phantoms don't have black paint in them. You figure that one out. That's why Phantoms are, in our book, they're, well, some people say, well, they're expensive. No, that Phantom beat 18 certified. So here's your option. You go mess with this stuff right here and have a screen paint that's untested, end up with your white levels and colors coming out all dark and black, or our technology, which like I said is around $300 something, or you can go and spend $5,000, $6,000 for a screen that's not even black. Because I guarantee you that Phantom technology, they embed that stuff to any screen. You know how high that screen's going to jump after that? That's why I said we're getting people knocking at our door requesting samples. Because they know if they coat that stuff to their screen, that's going to jump their price to the roof on their screen. They'll be getting a lot of money for a screen. You thought that floor standing was like $2,700 for 120 inch? Can you imagine that thing with our black technology attached to it? Yeah, that screen would cost you maybe about 7 or 8 grand when they get done with it. I guarantee you. That's why. All right, look at the color here. See how it's all washed out here? The greens is washed out here. Look how deep and rich the greens are here. You really didn't think this thing through. Doesn't think anything to do, he just does it. I don't know what this is right here. I told you screen's gray. I told you it's a gray screen. I don't know what this is. What is this mess right here? What is this supposed to be? When you paint a screen up, it's supposed to be one solid color. I don't know what this is and what that is. That right there clearly is showing gray. That's gray. I don't know what this smeared mark is supposed to be. Worst presentation I've ever seen. That's the worst presentation I've ever seen. There's so much going on here, so it's confusing. You do know when you shine light on a screen, it's supposed to remain black. It doesn't change colors. It's supposed to always remain black. Good gracious, man. Your screen just showed up as gray when you hit the lights. All that's gray. And that product you have, that's black paint. Because again, we have requested that, 6 times. As a matter of fact, I'm going to request it again today. Jamie, we need to see a demonstration of your product next to black paint. I'm going to pour out, which means 2 containers side by side, showing they're both black, and we need to see a demonstration on black paint. We will give you a list below of the video, if you care to check it out, on different surfaces and fabrics that you have to use. Keep in mind, this must be done on a white level only, which means all white screensaver. And if you could do it at 1,000 lumens, we would really appreciate it. But I guarantee you this will make this 7. He won't get it done. Much better than the Cinemax. Look at the color here. Look how much better the color is here. Look how much better the color is here. Any screen, any gray screen you put up here is going to outperform the screen. Any gray screen. We were going to take the Cinemax and put it against the UV. I guarantee the UV would basically, when it came to color and contrast, would be able to beat the screen with no problem. Being his top screen. And keep in mind, this is the same claim he made against his product that he said, perfect example, right? Made against his product, he said that Cinemax can produce contrast levels that high. Here's the black level here in the demonstration, not even here. Look at the color right here in the food, washed out completely. Where's the rest of the black level here? It's completely gone. It's not even there. Hold on for a minute. Let me see something for a minute. This is another reason why we know your screen is gray. The color of a Phantom is the exact same color as the board. Phantoms are that black. So a Phantom is this black. Your screen's not even matching any of the black in the environment. I just noticed that. Look at that. I told you that was dark gray. That's dark gray. That's dark gray. That's gray right there. It's not matching any of the black in the environment. You just looked at that. It doesn't even match the border around the screen. These are different shades of gray. Look at that. It's not even matching the speakers here. Phantoms are so dark that they match the speakers. They're black. How are you even going to match? It doesn't even match the... Oh my goodness. I just noticed that. Look at that. He's not matching the black here and here. This is dark gray. I told you that projectors for a split second, when they're changing frame, will actually show the actual color of the screen. And his screen is not black. I told you it was gray. This is why he can't do the demonstration versus black paint. He can't do the pour out because his screen won't match. Look at the color of the speakers here. Gray screen. That's an actual gray screen. I told you the screen was gray. Sat there and told you the screen was gray. Look at this. Doesn't even match the speakers at all. Nowhere does it match anything at all. Doesn't even come in the color of the black. You did several different shades of black here. None of this is matching the screen at all. I didn't realize that when I was looking at it, when he turned the projector off for a minute. All right, then. We just showed you right there that you got a screen that you're claiming to be black that's actually gray. And even that's doing a better job than your Cinemax. Oh, wow. Dude, you just really, really, really destroyed yourself on that one. I don't know why. It's what happens when you don't do... Oh, perfect example right there. Look at this. Look at the reds right here. Oh, we're going to call it gray. It's not black. The gray screen paint. I don't know why you're calling this black, because that's not black. I'm sorry, buddy. That is gray. Look at this right here. Look at the color here. Look how washed out the color is here. Washed out here. But right here is producing a better image here. You're better off at the end of the day. This is what I'm telling you. This is our UV mix that we made. This is the UV mix that we made right here. This is the UV mix that we made using six tablespoons of black paint into 6 tablespoons of white paint into black paint. You're not even, your screen's literally coming up gray. I want to see that again. Here we go. This is darker than your screen. This is your UV mix. Your UV mix is literally darker than your screen here. This would produce a better contrast in your screen. Your screen's gray, Crow. See that? It's gray. You gotta stop doing this, man. I told you I can break down your video and I can find out all kinds of stuff in your environment. Very, very easy. Very easy to do. Your screen's gray. I'm gonna bring your UV mix container upstairs. Let's see what happens. But yeah, that screen right there, that screen is gray. That's a gray screen. Wow, man, these guys scam so much. These scams so much. God, this thing is gray. I'm gonna put you on my blacklist. The day you're going on my blacklist. I got a blacklist we set up on the site for people who's constantly scared. This is your UV mix right here. This paint is literally darker than your product you have here. This is the product we made. We made your UV mix exactly the same way. That's darker than your screen. What are you doing, man? What are you doing? Literally, that is darker than your screen. Wow. That's the color of the UV mix right there. We were to make this, and like I said, we weren't trying to make it, but we tried to see how close it would take, because he just knew these demonstrations side by side showing his product, how so and so. He did the bare silver screen, like I said before. The reason why that screen came up lighter was because in his demonstration, he didn't put any black paint in it. He took the bare silver screen as a very, very light paint. So, of course, if he puts this against a product that's darker, the darker product is going to produce the better contrast and better color over the other screen. But if you had taken 3 tablespoons of black, you would have been able to match that screen he had up there with no problem. That's why when he did that demonstration, he faked it. And right here, you basically outed yourself on so many levels, because keep in mind, if this was bare silver screen alone by itself, and he had dropped a couple of tablespoons of black, it would have produced a darker level than this right here. A much darker level. He put in 4 or 5, something would make it darker to support the darker image. He acts like nobody knows this stuff, like people are idiots and don't know this stuff. Your screen is coming up gray. Because you do know you have black objects in the environment that should be matching that screen. Not even the border around your screen is matching that screen. This is the exact same screen that you had in the demonstration when you had it trying to do some side-by-side. Oh my goodness, wow. Ooh, man, I'm telling you, you're something else, boy. That is so fake. I've never seen that. Is so fake. That's actually great, buddy. And even this is not even black. That's not even matching. This is black. That's not black. Again, your UV mix is darker than the product you have up there, much darker. Now, the reason why he probably went with a very like kind of trying to make a mix that was a little bit lighter, because that way he can basically maintain his white levels. And that's the reason why he can't do the demonstration versus black paint, because his paint won't show up as black. It's going to show up as gray. He can't do a pour out. So he can't do that at all, period. Yeah, it's not even going to match his screen. Look at this. This is the UV mix right here. That's the color of the UV mix next to his product. That's how dark the UV mix is compared to his product. Your speakers and all this are black. You don't think when you do demonstrations, your speakers are all black. They're not even matching the screen in any way whatsoever. This is not even matching your product. And I said before, this is your UV mix. We made it. He's in a container right here. Perfect match. This is darker than your screen right here. Gotta stop doing fake demonstrations, man. You do. You got to. You can't even, the demonstration that I did downstairs yesterday, you can't even match it. You know why? Because you don't, there's no video in here showing you matching my demonstration. I said match my demonstration. I said you can make my products and make my products, put out the ingredients, I'll make it myself, I'll put it against my own screen. Can't do that either because you can't make our products. You can just guessing stuff off the top of your head. But this is sad right here because neither this, or anything in here is matching those speakers. It's not black. That's actually gray. You need to go get your eyes checked. Seriously, get some thicker focuses or get your eyes checked. I don't know where you came up with this idea it was supposed to be black. Why in the world are you spelling this in black in Spanish? Why? That's not black. Oh, if I read it in Spanish, you won't understand. Oh, yeah, sure. Okay. Try again. I don't know. This is not even anywhere near black. That's gray, buddy. You just showed a darker gray screen. And even at the darker gray screen is doing way better than your Cinemax. And you want to put this against Phantom technology? Phantom would kill this. It would kill your screen. So now we already can see perfectly that his screen is not black. If it was black, I don't know what he was thinking. It's not matching anything you have in here that's black. It's not even matching the frame here. It's not matching the frame there. It's not matching your speakers below. So your screen clearly is not black. It's gray, as we said it was. It's the reason why you can't do the black paint demonstration. You can't do the pour out because number one, they're not going to match. And number two, like I said, the other screen is probably going to pull a heavier. Black screen is definitely going to pull a heavier contrast in your screen, especially if it's gray. A much heavier contrast level. Because your white levels are going to come up higher on here because your screen technically is not black, it's actually gray. And even more disturbing, this screen right here being gray and being a little lighter, they're actually a lot lighter than the UV mix, is actually outperforming your Cinemax, which your Cinemax, you claimed, has the ability to pull contrast levels equal to a black screen, but it can't even pull it equal to a gray screen. That's lighter than the UV mix. That's disturbing. You didn't think about that. I don't think he thinks about this stuff at all, period. This is why I told you at the end of the day, this individual doesn't know jack about projection screens at all, period. Look at this. See right here? This is supposed to be black right here. It's supposed to give off a somewhat black. So this is pretty much not producing a contrast level. It's basically just mimicking a contrast level. That's what it's doing. So your people may say, well, it's doing the same thing as your, no, the difference between the green technology, we actually have certified dark screens laying against that product when we do those Starfield demonstrations, where in this one, he has the screen on a standalone by itself. So there's nothing to compare it to. What are you going to compare it to? There's nothing else there. The only thing you see is the Cinemax, and this thing is pulling a darker contrast level than your Cinemax. Yeah, we don't need to buy the Cinemax. There's no point in me ever buying the Cinemax. You just did the demonstration for me. With a gray product, not a black, a gray product. If a gray screen paint that's lighter than the UV is picking up better color and contrast in your screen, at the end of the day, as I said before, the black screens would literally crush it, no problem. And this is not black. That's actually dark gray. You see, it's not even matching the speakers at all, period. The UV mix is actually darker than that. So this is what he has here smeared in the middle. I guess this smeared in the middle he has here is supposed to be his darker product right here. Why do you have it smeared in the middle? Why don't you just paint the whole entire screen? But even with this smeared in the middle, it's still not black. Crow. This is actually gray. So I guess you're saying that this right here smeared in the middle is supposed to be your product right here versus this and versus this. That's what it's supposed to be. At the end of the day, buddy, neither one of these screens are basically black. They're not even matching your speakers. You're not matching anything in the environment that's actually black. I really think this guy is actually colorblind. You need to go get your glasses checked or something. And then you got this little red light. What's this little red light for? You know, we do these demonstrations outside, right? We're going to use these little tiny lights. See? Your screen is not black, Crow. Look at that. Where do you see black in this? You know how black a Phantom is? Phoenixes are darker than this. A Phoenix technology is way darker than this. That's a dark gray. This would be, again, sorry about this, people are bringing this up. This would be a darker product. This right here is your UV mix. Your UV mix is darker than your screen here. This makes your screen look gray. So how in the world that is supposed to be considered black when this one is actually gray and this is not black? This is blacker than your screen. Doesn't match your speakers, as you can see, but it's actually darker than your screen. So how are you calling that black when this is actually darker than your screen? My goodness, that's sad. All right, let's push through this. Let's see what else we got. Let me break this thing down even more. Another perfect example. See the black contrast levels here. Look at the food here. As you can see, nice deep red, all that in there right there. Nice. Look at it here on the Cinemax, which is claiming to be able to pull these deep, rich colors. Washed out completely. Washed out here. And right here, all this where the black level is supposed to be here, it's not there. That's why I told you when I saw the screen on the roof showing Batman, I told you the black bars were faded. They were washed into the screen. You're not supposed to have that. That's never supposed to wash into the screen. Never. But you can clearly see the product that is not gray, I mean, not black, but clearly the UV mix is darker than this. And this is still outperforming the other screen. It's still showing better contrast in the screen. The white levels are still poor. Much like the UV mix has very poor white levels. Another perfect example. Look at the black levels here, completely washed down on the Cinemax. You need to basically change you're talking about your advertising for this product right here because you're claiming this product is having the ability to pull heavy contrast levels and it's not doing anything at all. It's washed out. Look, it's not even, there's nothing here. The bowl is completely faded here. The color orange, where this is completely faded there. And there's no contrast level here nor here, which we all know now that the Cinemax is a fake. Definitely a complete fake. And you're making claims that this screen right here can outperform our, okay. That's why he canceled the orders. Now you see why he canceled the orders. And like I said, Crow, there's no point in trying to show that you're showing off a black screen. The screen is clearly coming up gray. Again, like I said, UV is coming up much darker than this. Look at the color here and look at how washed out the color is here. So at the end of the day, truthfully, if customers want to get a screen if they're going to pay that $85, if they're going to pay it, what they need to do at the end of the day is just go make the UV mix that we made over here. That's it. The UV mix, like I said, is darker than this product, as I showed you in the demonstration. It's going to produce a better contrast level. White levels are going to be bad. They're going to be really, really bad. Just to let you know, it's going to be really bad when it comes to white levels. They're going to come out really, really dark. You paint it on your white screen, you're going to have a very dirty image. But at the end of the day, if you're going to go down this route anyway, I mean, you might as well just make it yourself. So just drop in these 6 tablespoons of white into your black paint, and you're good, because the UV mix actually comes up darker than the product he's showing. I don't know how he's calling this a black screen when the UV mix is actually darker than this right here. So I don't know where that comes in at. And at the end of the day, if you have the Cinemax and you paid for that thinking that you were going to be pulling these outstanding contrast levels, well, he did this on a projector on a light gray, or actually, let me just say a mid-gray, not even a dark gray, because the UV mix is dark. He did this on a mid-gray screen at a 720p projector. that basically shows you that at the end of the day, that this does not have the capability of pulling up contrast levels equal to dark screens. He lied on that completely altogether. Did it to himself. Because this is what we would have did in the demonstration. We would have took a dark screen. Oh, wait, let's go back to that. We would have taken a dark screen and we'd have did the exact same demonstration. We'd have placed it behind this product, painted it on, and we'd have pulled all these contrast levels, white levels, the whole 9 yards to see if this product could do what it said it could do. Mainly, they would have been contrast levels because he made that claim that his product could pull a contrast level equal to a black screen. Crow, these screens are not even black. These screens are gray, and the screen you're displaying here is actually picking up a gray level. The UV mix is darker than this. And this is what you're trying to show off right here, that your screen's pulling this heavy contrast level. It isn't much of a difference between here and here, to tell you the truth. At the end of the day, when you break it down, if you come over here, you really can't see a difference in what you're showing. See? The two problems you have here, like I said, this screen's not black, it's gray. UV is actually darker than this screen. And this screen, being the gray that it is, mid-gray, is actually outperforming your Cinemax, which is supposed to have the capability of being equal to contrast levels to black screens. It's not even matching the gray screens you have in here. So yeah, you failed this demonstration horribly. Oh, wow, man. Like I said, I've seen people do dumb stuff to themselves, but man, it's like I've never seen anybody like this before in my life. And he's really convinced. I think you should be diagnosed with delusion of grandeur. You know what that is, right? That's a person who believes in something so much without evidence. Without evidence, will believe that it's actually true because they believe it. And because they believe, they figure other people will believe it. Well, Crow, you have to understand, there are people out here who are called experts, professionals, common sense. We've been in the field for a very long time. We can come in here and break your video down and show you where you've made multiple, countless mistakes. And clearly, your screen right here on a 720p projector is outperforming this amazing, supposed to be this amazing, incredible Cinemax. The only way, like I said, that he can get this screen to produce a proper color, he's going to have to be in the dark. He's going to have to use that projector. Have to use it. This is the more damning evidence against your product, even worse, besides all the other ones I've seen on here. Is this right here? That faded image. It's not even black, it's gray. Did you realize that when you have black objects in your surrounding environment, that if you're claiming a screen to be black, they're supposed to match those objects in the environment? Did you know that? If I'm going to tell you the screen's black, like I said, one of the things we have to do is we have to do a paint demonstration. What paint demonstration has to be done to show two things. The screen is physically black, and it has to show that the product is not black paint. Now, you don't have to show black fabric. We do that anyway. We throw black fabric and all that stuff in the mix anyway, just for fun, to show you exactly what the screens can do. But buddy boy, your screen's not black there. I want you to look at this real carefully, Crow. See right there? That's not black. That is black. This is black. This is black. And your UV mix is darker than that product. So how is this your UV mix? And it's not black. The UV mix is dark gray. And it's darker than the product you have right there. This is your product. So he made the screen lighter, try to claim it was black, pass it off as a black screen, make it lighter, so that way he could basically try to pull a higher white level to try to blend into the other screens. Oh man, you do some, and I'm gonna show you now, mind you, when I showed you the demonstration, now coming back to this, see right here, where we got the cherries, the only way he's going to be able to produce better color and contrast on this screen, he's going to have to be in the dark. That QLED demonstration is a contrast demonstration. Example. Let me see. Oh, did he block me? I think he blocked me. He blocked me because he got now we got another one on live stream. Look at this. He blocked me. This YouTube channel is not available. Busted. You got busted, buddy. You're fake. That's what you are. He had to block me. Good. That's good to know, because that shows right there how much of a fake you are. And you are fake. But don't worry about it. I got that video dubbed just in case. You're fake, buddy. At the end of the day, you are a fake. See what I mean? So what kind of measurements he's got to go through? I told you from the door, he is a huge freaking fake. We got him on recording of him deleting videos. We got deleted videos on this individual of him deleting videos, pulling down eBay accounts, all kinds of stuff to basically hide what he's doing. Yeah, you're a fake, dude. You're definitely a fake. That's what you are. You're fake. And it shows example that you're a fake. But I don't care if you block my channel. I really don't care at the end of the day. I got multiple YouTube accounts. Doesn't make a difference. I got multiple YouTube accounts under different companies that we do business with. But at the end of the day, this is all I need to see. This is all I need to see. This is the icing on the cake for us right there. So that shows you at the end of the day, yes, Crow is faking his demonstrations. Crow faked his demonstrations when he basically went out and he was doing, what did he do? When he was basically saying the Cinemax, making claims that Cinemax could put the contrast levels equal to a black screen. That's the biggest lie in the world. There's no way in the world that a gray screen paint product would ever have the ability to be able to pull a contrast level equal to a black screen. Virtually impossible. But he feeds off people who are not experienced in the field. Or maybe like the followers, the Crow boys that will follow him. And pretty much some of them even know, and they will basically go in and basically support his claims, knowing that it's wrong. This is what you call a professional scammer. You got products down here where we were to match your products easily with just black and white paint, clearly showing the video that we used in that demonstration, not from our own experience. We used his video showing you how to make a black and white screen paint mixture. We used that demonstration. We just added more or less, but it all matched perfectly. Not in the intentions of making this product, but the intention of showing how close it would come, which we had to do anyway. When we go to black screens, we have to take all these different products, throw it against a black screen to see whether or not if these products are going to come close to matching our products. This is something you should be doing from the door. Now, the demonstration he did with the bare silver screen, when I saw that demonstration, it isn't much of a difference. You wouldn't be to tell the difference if you were 13 feet back on that screen, which is true. You wouldn't be to tell the difference. There's not a difference between night and day. So in my head, I'm thinking, man, I just dropped 4 tablespoons of black in there. Boom, I got one of his screen paints. It's not hard to understand. Keep in mind, Jamie, I was making screen paints before you even knew I existed, before your Crow boys ever knew I existed. Again, I've showed you demonstrations where I've had contracts with companies, where I've basically had beta testers under my belt, where basically we're doing demonstrations on that particular level 7 years ago. So that's how I know how old your product is. I know the limitations that it has. I know how to make it just by looking at it, due to the fact that I used to make this stuff back in the day. It's old product. And I was telling people that dark technology is the future. That is the way to go. But instead of this person embracing it, which I did with Black Diamond, I embraced their technology. I accepted that their technology was better and started working on making a product better. I could have spent 12 or 7 or 8 years hating their product and slandering their product and ended up in court. But no, I basically accepted what I saw in that room and decided to take a different path, even though in my mind, I thought that the product I was making was doing the best of any other paints out there at that time. Not until I got a sample sheet of that dark technology. So instead of basically fighting against it, I rode with it, and this is where I'm at now, where this individual is still pushing this prehistoric product, and it doesn't work. And you're sitting there making these false accusations, cutting corners, doing all kinds of sneaky tricks, where you're basically making a room look darker or lighter, or fake meter readings and all kinds of stuff you're doing just to try to prove to your customers to stay afloat, to show them that, hey, my product is better than this and better than that. You can't call yourself the best unless you test against the best. We got 14 cancellations over there from an invite from you to buy from you and talking trash at the same time why we went in and purchased the products from you and canceled every last one of them. You come on there to call us scammers, you call us this, you call us that. When I first started showing up black paint, you came here talking about, oh, your product is nothing but black paint. Well, it's funny because I can back it up, mine's not. You can't back it up that your product is or not black paint. You can't do that at the end of the day. You don't match any of my demonstrations whatsoever. You're not on my level of what I design and what I make at all whatsoever, but you claim to be equal to me. You claim that you're saving people all this money, but at the end of the day, you're stealing from people. And here you are, you have this product here that you claim to be a black screen where your UV mix itself is darker than the screen that you're displaying. And the reason why you're displaying the screen claiming that light to be dark is due to the fact that you're trying to maintain those high white levels, which you can't figure out how our screen's doing it. At the end of the day, buddy, it's called faith and hard work, and God will out a faker. And you are a faker, my friend. You are a faker. And right there, like I said, either block this or pull the channel. Doesn't make a difference. This does not help you. This shows that you got caught. And you didn't want me to go in and show that demonstration. The demonstration he didn't want me to show you was there's a demonstration he did in the dark using the P2 projector, and the image comes up much better than what he's showing as it is in the light with the 720p. That's all. But you got outed. That's it. At the end of the day, you got outed. You are a fake. Oh, and by the way, you people want to know something? Crow is actually one of my biggest subscribers. Did you know that? I can go in and check my subscriber list. He comes up as #1. He's subscribed to my channel. I don't block him because I don't do that. No, I don't do that kind of stuff. He can come in, watch all he wants. Maybe he can learn something from it. I don't know. But I don't block him. I don't have nothing to hide at the end of the day. That's why I got Crow Boys on my channels. I don't block y'all. I keep y'all right on there. For what? Why would I get rid of y'all for? I'm going to save this. Can I save this right here? I'm going to add this to my favorites. Yeah, I'm going to add this to my favorites. I'll put it on there. Yeah, when a scammer gets caught, the first thing they start doing is they start blocking the information left and right when they get caught. He got caught on that video making that black and white paint. What's the first thing he do? He went in and he basically, he went in and he removed it. Wait, no. He went in and basically deleted the video. He got caught. He got caught the second time doing a demonstration where, bottom line is, we caught him in a room where he had tried to make it look like the room was really, really, really dark. But you could see the light peeking out to the peephole. You can see it coming around the windows. But clearly you can see it was probably about 12 o'clock. For that much light that was sitting inside of that house, you could tell it was probably about 12 o'clock in the afternoon around that area. But you had this red lamp in your room trying to make it to give off the illusion that you're doing this demonstration in a well-lit environment. That 4x4 piece of wood, I've never seen that piece of wood. Even if you're doing construction in your environment, it doesn't make a difference to have that particular wood at that particular time. In the video demonstration, you could have put that in the back room from destructing your area. You had that there, so any light, your blinds didn't come all the way down. So there's a little bit of ray of light coming from under your blinds. You want to make sure that piece of wood would block that, so that would hit the bottom of your screen and fade out your screen. I know all your tricks already, man. I know all your tricks. A demonstration where you were sitting right up on top of the screen with the camera doing the Sony demonstration. If you had any lights on that environment, that screen would have showed up automatically, showing that you were a grown man sitting up in an apartment right up on top of a screen trying to show off contrast levels on a screen that clearly cannot pick it up. If an ounce of light had triggered off in that room, that screen would have automatically lit up. You would have seen the difference between the contrast levels easily with no problem. These are the kind of things that he goes to try to fake his demonstrations. The Frankenstein mix. You try to do a demonstration of displaying a screen outside. He had a 2x2 piece of wood slanted in his walkway, and was slanted this way. So when the sun came up, it would hit the back of the screen. That screen is supposed to be flat so light can pass across it. This is the kind of stuff that you do. And the image was blurry and washed out. And because you can show a little bit of an area in there, you consider that to be watchable. No, that's trash. Just like the customer's screen that was washed out, that's trash. That's a Disney movie. That screen is supposed to be saturated with color. We know how Disney does movies when it comes to those animations. They're saturated colors. You couldn't even see the individual curls in the little boy's hair when he was sitting that close to the screen. And he had a leisure projector. At the end of the day, I told you, there's no way in the world that someone's going to look that your projector is doing all the work from the door. It's doing all the work from the door. But you deleted that video. I need to pull this from the channel because, like I said, we outed him. Every time we out him, he either deletes us or blocks us or whatever. But like I said, his products don't work at the end of the day. He made all that claiming about the Cinemax can do contrast. A simple gray screen basically outperformed his screen, and it wasn't even as dark as the UV. The UV is actually the darkest product that he makes. And this cannot put a white level against a white screen to save its soul. And we done that demonstration against the Phoenix downstairs. Yeah, y'all getting scammed. I told you y'all getting scammed. Every time we get him, he blocks us. I couldn't care less about you removing us from our YouTube channel because that clearly shows at the end of the day, you got something to hide. You do got something to hide. You call yourself making, oh, I can make a black screen paint that fast. No, you can't. You know how many years it takes to actually develop black technology? It takes years to develop that stuff. And you're going to automatically come out and say you made this product automatically from the door. Something to show your little fans that, I'm sorry to say little fans, I do apologize, that's disrespectful. Something to show your fans that you could do so and so and so. But buddy boy, look, you're dealing with the professionals over here. We can break down your video and find out everything that's going wrong in your video. Like when you did the demonstration outside, star fields don't come up gray outside. They come up black. You can have the crappiest projector in the world and that screen is still going to remain black. That's like you buying, like I said, a Corvette that's black and you drive it outside at night, it's black, but you drive it in the daytime, it's gray. It doesn't work that way. Black is black. No matter what you hit it with, it remains black. That's it. So when you did that screen and it came up that gray, I said, there's gray paint in that, which I called it. And it did. It came up gray paint. So when he did this demonstration, where is it at? See right here? See that screen right there? Crow, I'm going to show you right there. That's 9 o'clock in the morning, right? 9 o'clock in the morning, out there me sitting on my screen. You see that screen remains black? They always remain black no matter what time of day. That screen's black. I could have an image that don't even show up on it and that screen will still remain black. But like I said, the fact that your screen had this kind of grayish look around it, I was like, oh, that screen's freaking definitely, it's definitely a gray screen. Same tricks you always use. Let me see what we got going on here. Real quick. We use it as a thumbnail on the demonstration he did. I'm gonna buy your projector, by the way, your Epson projector. I'm buying it. I have a, don't worry about it, because I'm pretty thought that if you buy it, yeah, I'm gonna buy your projector. I'm gonna bring it down here. We're gonna do the demonstration against your product we have done. We don't need anything else from you. We don't need to buy or order anything from you. We can make it ourselves down here. The fact that that thing came up lighter than the UV, oh, that let me know exactly what that stuff is now. I make that myself. Let's see what we got going on. The smaller, keep in mind, when they make the smaller they make the screen, the less ambient light is going to have contact with the screen. That's why it keeps using these little small sample sheets, these little screens right here. This is why it keeps using these little tiny screens, because that gives them the ability to be able to push the image in more tighter, more sharper together. I don't know why, when you did the demonstration at your Cinemax, you didn't just expand the entire screen. Why you had that laying against it? Because you kept it shrunk. Because you would pull up a more sharper image. You could expand it over the entire screen, laid your product against it. We do that all the time. So the reason why you shrunk that image in as tight as possible is so it can basically come up sharper on that product that you have. It would basically produce a better white level next to your product. And you didn't realize what you were doing, that you basically showed off a product that outperformed your own top screen. And this is a product that hasn't even been tested on black paint yet, which was a really bad idea, an extremely bad idea. So you basically blocking me from your channel doesn't bother me at the end of the day at all. It just shows that you have something to hide. That's all. But you're still welcome to be on my channel. You can stay on as long as you want. I don't do that kind of stuff. Enjoy the next show, which is not going to be about you. It's going to be about our product against black pillowcases, which I haven't done black pillowcases yet. I ordered some chalk paint. I'm getting that next. Here we go. This is a thumbnail that we got his video right here. So in this demonstration right here, and he deleted one of them. He actually deleted this video. So this is when he deleted it. We caught him on this one right over here. This is, we caught him. And he came over here right in the live stream. He deleted the video in a live stream. Because in this video right here, we gave Crow a challenge. This is the first challenge we gave him. He was talking all this trash, how you can make this black paint. That's okay. If you can make the black paint, this is what we want from you. We want you to do a side-by-side demonstration next to black paint. Keep in mind, buddy, you thought of this first. Way back when we had a 7. You're the one that came at us when we had a 7 and said, oh, your product's nothing but black paint. He's scamming people. It's nothing but black paint. So we did a demonstration next to black paint. Black paint 7 right there. Showed us a difference. Now we ask you to do this demonstration and you avoid it 6 times in a row. That shows how much of a fake you are and you can't back your product. He could make a good product if you stop cutting so many corners. You could make a good product, but he cut so many corners, it's not even funny. So you see right here in the demonstration, this is where we're showing off his product right here. This right here is a black screen. Physically, that's black. This screen right here is not black. This is the same screen he's showing off in his demonstration. If you notice without this here, it's the same sample sheet he showed in the last demonstration. It has a light paint at the bottom. It has this funny discoloration paint here, and then it has a darker one here. So these are supposed to be his products right here. Neither one of these, the only paint in here is black. That's not black. That's black. That's not black, and that's not black, and that's not black. So I don't even know why this is even in here. When you do a demonstration against black paint, your product is supposed to be able to look exactly like this. It's supposed to be in the black category. When you go down to Home Depot or Lowe's and you say, hey, look, let me get a can of black paint, they're going to ask you what shade you want. You know, black comes in multiple shades, right? But it's still all black at the end of the day. It doesn't even come anywhere near in the category of shades of black. You take this down to Home Depot and say, hey, which one of these is black? They're like, that one right there. That's not black. There you go. So this is the demonstration you had first. Mine here he is right here. This is the video right here. This is the last video he did. This is the first video this is the last video he did. This is the first one he did after that one. This one's actually 23 views, and it was like about 2 hours ago. All right, so as we're going in, I'm going down to get the UV mix to see if the UV mix is darker than his product. All right, there I am pointing at, showing how light the product is. It's not even matching the dark. I should just play this on through. Right down here. I'll put this down here for you. And he doesn't mention anywhere black paint. CROWS Jet Black Fusion Mix versus Simple Black. I don't know where any of that's actually black in there. None of that's black. Now, right here, if you go back in, you'll see video's gone. Where is it? It's completely gone. Watch here, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna show you right here. See the video right here? There it is at the top. There it is at the bottom, right? This is the last video. This is the more recent video he did. Showing you that not only is he a fake, but also too, he's a scammer at the end of the day. Trying to convince you that this right here was a black screen. I knew something was wrong. I was just like, oh heck no. Nowhere in the world you're pulling that image off on a black screen because you don't know anything about black technology. You faked that demonstration. Made a gray screen. And then got caught making the gray screen and turned around and did a demonstration. You deleted the video. Deleted the video. I want to get a picture of this. Yeah, snap the picture of that for the forum site. Now, where's the video at?
Where's the video at?
Where's the video? It's gone.
That's the last video he did. First, the video he did right here, and then the second.
That's the video he did. That was the last recent one. And then the other video he did, we're going to do a side by side on the Sony VPO F830. They got the dual screen hookups on there. Where'd the video go? That's his last recent video right there he did. And that right there was done about 23 hours ago. About 5 hours ago, this one was done. So what happened to it? Where's it at? It's not even there anymore. He deleted the video. And then put the video back in, which I'm glad you did, because that gave me a chance to go down and break your video down. So I went in, broke down the video, because he put the video back in again after he deleted it, because he knew we got busted. In that demonstration that you did when you were cutting corners, it wasn't about you versus in your own product. It was a simple, basic demonstration. It was to show that your product was different from black paint. That's all it was. All you had to do was go in, take your product, put it on one side, paint the other side with black paint, or paint the whole screen of your product and put black paint against it, showing you painting the black product, showing you do the pour outs, so everybody can see that both products were exactly black, put them up against the screen and show a difference. That's all you had to do. But for some reason, he came in with this freaking nightmare of confusing nonsense of like saying, well, this is my black product here versus my black product. We didn't ask you to do a versus your own product. We said black paint. This is why when we give him challenges, we have to write a long list of rules because Crow does not know how to follow rules. If you're going to talk trash and say, hey, my Cinemax can produce a better contrast level than your black screen, then prove it. Here's a challenge. Take your product outside, paint it on a screen, put a black screen against a black paper and make a difference when you throw against it, and blend that screen. We don't want to see the black paper showing a black contrast level and your screen come up with a somewhat gray because Phantoms and Phoenixes don't produce gray levels when it comes to black. They produce a 100% black level. So you need to match that screen in the middle if you're making that accusation. I don't come on here and say, oh, my black screens can match a white screen. That's virtually impossible. I told you in the day that can't be done. Even gray screens can't even do that. Even light gray screens can't do that. The only thing that can match a white screen on white levels is another white screen, and that is it. Gotta stop making fake accusations. And now I can always go back and say, hey, this guy got caught with breaking down his video, and he got scared, and he blocked us from the channel, removed his YouTube channel. I don't know. But at the end of the day, don't care. Stop doing fake demonstrations. You don't know how to make black paint. You don't know how to make, you can make gray paint. Anybody can make gray paint at the end of the day. Can't say you don't know how to make that, but the accusations that you're putting behind gray paint being this new future, no, it's not. It's not. It's old product. You can make it yourself. We posted a bunch of ingredients on it. I even posted my Digital One Crystal Screen Paint that actually has silver in it, showing you how to make a product that we made 7 years ago. You can go make it yourself. If you're going to go down that road, you want to go on the cheap, you don't care, there you go. It's right there. Make it. We don't need it, but I can do a side-by-side demonstration, and I can show you where Phantom can blow that clean out of the water with no problem whatsoever. But if it's not in your budget to be to pay, can buy our products, at least at the end of the day, you're not going to pay $85 for a product that literally you can make at $40 a gallon. $40 a gallon. And out of that $40 a gallon, we were able to make all of these at a $40 a gallon. We have UV mix here we made. I did it right on camera. I showed you how to make it. I told you we used to make this stuff back in the day. The reverse mixture is nothing new. People wanted darker screens back then, and what they would do is they were experimenting. How come the base had to be white? Sometimes they make it black, and then they put white paint it instead. Everybody was experimenting on paints at that particular time 7 years ago. Yeah, something called a YouTube paint. It was a paint that somebody made. I don't know who made the YouTube paint, but somebody made it, and it was basically pearl essence and some other stuff, and a white paint with black paint. So there was a whole lot of different mixtures that people were making 7 years ago, and this is what I told you when Goose Screen was big on the scene, and Goose Screen was charging like $900 a quart and $600 or $700 a quart. Some people could afford the Goose Screen, some people couldn't, and other people came up with other ideas on how to make their own gray screen paints. And there was a ton of these all over the internet. The difference, what made ours different, because everybody was doing demonstrations in the dark. They had the windows blacked out. They were in these dark environments, and we were doing demonstrations of like 1 or 2 lights in the environment, and that's what got us noticed, because we did the opposite. But I know how to make this stuff because I used to make this stuff back in the day. You can go back under my channel under Digital One Crystal Screen Paint. Check me out over there, and you will see me in a demonstration in a small room painting a gray screen paint product. Some of the Crow boys were sitting there ready to basically choke. They were about to choke that day. You know what they were choking that day? I'll tell you why. Because you Crow boys, mind you, there were no Crow boys when I was basically making those products. Crow didn't exist when we were making those products. When I had that contract overseas, none of y'all existed at all, period. So they were shocked to see that all this time they were thinking that, oh, we just make all black gray screen paints. You don't know anything about gray screen paint. You don't know anything at all. You didn't know that there's videos of me, tons of videos of me and beta testers and contract distributors showing off my products of gray screen paint mixes. Tons of them all over. So you didn't realize that all that time when I told you that I was making those products way before Crow ever existed, I was telling you the truth. That same product you have sitting on your wall, I can make your product. That $107 you took out of your pocket, I can make it at $40 a gallon, and I can make as many as I want. And to prove it, I made the products live. Like I said, in the demonstrations, we weren't trying to make his product. We were trying to see how close we would come if we mix stuff together. That's why we did the 4 and 3 and 2. We didn't follow, the only one we followed directions closely was, I think, one over there. That was 3 tablespoons into black. That's the only one we did. But the rest of them, they were just random black into this and that and that. We just throwing stuff together in there. So, oh, what if we put this? Or what if we put that together? So and so and so. We matched the personal with, we did 2 of black, we did 3 of black, and 4 was the magic number. Matched it perfectly. You couldn't tell if it was there, and I had to go over to the camera and lift up the screen to show you the screen was actually there. The metallic mix, we did that with 10 tablespoons of black. Matched that perfectly. As a matter of fact, we matched that perfectly, and we got 98% of the personal mix in with that. The UV mix, we reversed it. As I said, it's reversal. So they reverse it. They make the product black, the base black first, and you tone it with white paint, which we did, and we matched that perfectly. 3 of them from $40, which would have cost you around, if you charged about $100 for each, or $85 a piece, yeah, that would have been way over your $40 mark. And your shipping would have been free because you can go pick it up yourself. UV mix. Right there. I'm going to stand back a little bit. That's the UV mix right there. And this is actually darker than the product that he's showing you right now. Some of these are 2 tablespoons. Some of these are 1 tablespoon. Now, we made our product. I told you our product was made. Our product back in the day when we made it was Bear 1050, because silver screen wasn't out at that particular time. So it was Bear 1050. It was gold paint, gold glitter. So it was like gold glitter. You're going to put a lot in because you don't need the Christmas tree effect. But it was gold glitter, and it was basically silver paint. So you would have went with PPG. I think I'm saying it correctly. PPG. Now you would go with PPG, or you would go with M&M. But when I was coming up, it was Martha Stewart's Metallica paints. That's what it was. That's when Martha Stewart had a contract with Home Depot, and something went wrong. Came in and said, we're not carrying the line anymore. We're carrying something called PPG. And PPG was a lot more reasonable because it was somewhere like you can get like $50 for a gallon, where Martha Stewart was like almost $30 for this little tiny, like 30, it was like not even 32 ounces, it was something really small, but it wasn't a lot. But that's what we were doing back then. That's how we were doing it. So when you Crow Boys want to come on my channel running your mouths about, oh, this, that, and the other, yeah, keep in mind, I made your product before you even knew I exist. I was making your product. I know how your product's going to react to light. I know how it's going to react to contrast. Yeah, I know, because I used to make it. See that right there? You should be able to take a black screen and write your name in it with black paint and show a difference. That's a phantom down there doing that. That's why these are the demonstrations. Mind you, this is stuff that he challenged us years ago. Oh, you got to do this and you got to do that and so on and so on. So, but it's funny how we give you the same challenge and you can't do it. You avoid it at all costs. And then when they get scared enough and they go to drastic measures, they will basically, at the end of the day, try to block you from their channel as much as possible. But Crow, understand this. We don't cancel orders. If you come over here and you place an order, your order will not be canceled. It will be sent to you. At the end of the day, you can stay on my YouTube channel because he's a subscriber on our YouTube channel. Yes, he is. Crow is a subscriber on our YouTube channel. And you can stay as long as you want. I'm not going to block you off my channel. I mean, block your stupid opinions because you say some dumb stuff on my channel from time to time. But other than that, you can stay on my channel as long as you want. I don't do stuff like that. I don't got anything to hide. But you do. I can't believe he did that. I told you he does crazy stuff on live streams. Talked all this trash about, oh, what about your customers? These are all customers right here. I got customers all over my website. Got customers all over my Facebook fan page. That's the UV mix right there. Test it. There's the UV mix. Told you it comes up dark. That's the UV mix test. Matter of fact, we can run that back tonight. What you want? Yeah, cut it out. That's the UV mix right there. Test it. That's tested against the Phoenix on a white level. That's why I sat there and told you that that product was never, ever tested on a white level because it came up too dark. Anybody doing a test on their products and that would have came up like that would have automatically pulled that screen and took it back and did some tests. More testing on it. It was never tested out. It was done pretty much for the simple fact that he just wanted to show that he can develop a darker product without testing. Canceled orders, massive amount. We got 14 canceled orders from Crow. 14 canceled orders. And this is coming from an individual who came on my account, sent me an email to my account telling me, hey, you can buy all you want, stop all this nonsense. I'm a professional in the field, blah, 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 blah. We placed the first order and he basically canceled the order right from the door. Again, and then canceled the rest of them because at the end of the day, he can't back his product. And this is what you buy from. This is his product right here. I told you, when you show a demonstration on a product, you got to show a difference between night and day. I can sit back 18 feet away from that screen and you will see my product show a difference. Not only against his product, but against certified screens at the same time. And I do it against black screens too versus our products. Yeah. At the end of the day, he can make a good product. He could. But he doesn't want to do the testing. Crow wants to cut corners. He's a corner cutter. He don't want to do anything about a book. And he wants to ridicule everybody else because they're working hard. He doesn't want to work hard. He really doesn't at the end of the day. He just wants to sit there and basically take the low road or the shortcut. Shortcuts don't work, buddy. They don't. Here you go, Crow, look, subscriber. Crow's a subscriber to our channel. I told you. Anytime you hear me saying something, I'll back it up. 100%. He's a subscriber to our channel. Let me put this in here so you can see this. Yeah, Crow's a subscriber to our channel.
Coming in today to make a few changes on my account today. There are some areas that
we can see y'all. You do know that, right? You Crow boys, we can see you on our channels. You know that, right? I know who you are. If you think you're on my channel by secret, and we know who you are. You can hit the dislike all you want. Really don't care. You know why I keep you on here? So I can show you how it's done. That's why I keep you on my channel. I can delete you and get you off my channel permanently. Just like he just did a few minutes ago. I can get rid of you. But I keep you because you need to see what real technology looks like. And you can go back and compare all you want. He can't even follow one demonstration. I did a demonstration yesterday. And I said, look, I'll make this a challenge. Do the exact same demonstration live. Never done. That's why we keep you on there. And you guys come up with some really good ideas too at the end of the day. You really do. People asking me to show the settings in my projector, the whole camera thing using special effects. That's the most funniest one I've ever heard in my entire live manipulation and special effects. I even have videos designed for you guys especially, that show a camera behind my camera, showing live versus live, showing my settings in my camera. You know that? I got 3 of them for you. I made them for y'all. There's the email. Crowboys in there running their mouth one time. I was doing a demonstration against the UV mix, and they came in the room running their mouths talking about, well, you know, I don't think that's his product up there. I think you should go buy his product. Oh, you really do? You really think that? Not a problem. I'm going to go buy the product. I'm going to bring it down here, do an unboxing, and do the demonstration all over again, just for you to prove that we're going to back up your theory that that is not his product, because you're supporting your friend, right? That's what you're doing, right? That's what we do. That's what okay, no problem. Placed the order for the UV mix. Got canceled. I said, so what do you want us to do now? We tried to order the product to bring it down here, but he canceled it. If the product worked the way he said it worked, then the order should have went through, right? They left the room. How you gonna back somebody that can't back his own product? Here's the link. We told us to buy. Now, it's interesting that you're going to sit there and tell us that we can buy as much as we want from you, right? We can get all we want from you, buy as much as we want, right? But yet in the end, you cancel the orders. If you want, I can go to my email account and I can show you the actual transactions, all transactions. We have 14 of them. I told you, if any company we're doing business with, your name ever pops up. And so what about this fellow right here? I said, don't buy from him. His products don't work. He did some fake demonstrations on our products. We ordered his products to bring them down here for testing. He got scared. He canceled every last one of them. Here's the documents right here from PayPal, showing money being returned back to our account. And the little insults. I told you to be careful about saying nasty insults, because that makes you look really bad in business. Not professional at all. And now we have a video of you blocking us or deleting your account. I don't know what you did, but I really don't care at the end of the day. We have one here that's in gold. The one person was asking me, why is that one in gold? That's in gold because that is the first order he canceled. That's why it's in gold. You can't send someone an invite and insult them at the same time to buy your product and then get scared and start canceling orders left and right. And then send a message like, I'm harassing you and I'm obsessed with you. You're the one that sent us the invite to buy. We just went in and buy. That's all we did. We bought your product. And now you're saying, oh, you're banned from my site. So you're basically doing a fake ban because you gave us an invite to go in and buy your product and insulted us at the same time, telling me to be a man for first time in my life and buy. So I go in and buy from you 14 times and you canceled every single order and start crying. We're going to call him Crow Karen. Crow Karen starts crying about, oh, you're harassing me and I don't want your product. I don't want your business. If you want me to buy, oh, it's right here, right? I told you, I back everything up. If you want me to tell me why I'm not going to sell you the product, call me. Why would I be calling you? You obsessed with me or something? Why in the world would I be calling you if you just sent me a link right there to buy your product? Why would I be calling you? What's the point? Why would I call you? You sent me an invite. So I went to your invite, your link, where to buy, and I bought from your website. So what the purpose would I be calling you for?
Yeah, my goodness. And this is supposed to be,
he's supposed to be a professional? This is how professionals act in business, really? Okay. This is supposed to be a professional. This is what y'all support. I'm not saying my customers don't support him, but you Crow Boys, this is what you support. This is your professional right here. Talking trash. And at that, you can block all you want, buddy. I'll see you in court in April. I told you we're going to court in April. I told you already. That's going to happen. You can block all you want on that one. We know where you live at. I know where you work at. You'll have somebody at your front door real soon to serve you. And you're going to take that document. You don't want them coming down to your job because you don't want the embarrassment. So I would suggest take it at your home. And I'll see you up here in Philadelphia in court. And you better have proof that my product comes out that dark. If you don't, that's a $250,000 loss you're going to hit with, and that's not the end of it. It's going to get way worse than that for you. So, there you go.
can't do stuff like that. Gotta know how to act right. You're not a professional. In any way whatsoever, you are not a professional. Stop giving yourself.
Every time we catch you in something, you run scared and you run, just like you just did a few minutes ago. Running scared. Can't back his product. Cancels out orders. Got fake demonstrations of him making his own product online. Cancels those right there. It's unbelievable. There you go. See this right here? This is what I was showing you, Crow Boys. Look at this real carefully. That's me. That video is from 8 years ago. Question. What color is the paint that I'm painting on that wall? Is it black or is it gray? It's actually gray. I know how to make all your products. Taco! Come here, buddy. What you so angry about today? I ordered your treats already. You got your treats coming in the mail. We just ordered your treats. I had them shipped in overnight for you. My cat has a certain treats that he likes to eat when he get up in the morning. I forgot to order them. Now he's ticked. He's like, where the freak are my treats, man? I had to ship them suckers in overnight. Here you go, Crow. You're a subscriber to my channel. But you can stay. I'm not going to get rid of you. You can stay. Now, Crow has been blocked a couple of times for carrying on the channel, but he keeps reapplying every time. This time we let him stay. So he applied again for my channel again. But yeah, you do know that you can go into your YouTube account. You can see your subscribers. Your subscribers are not hidden. The subscribers will pop on your channel and think that for some reason that you can't detect them. Oh, I can detect you. I know who you are. I do. I know who you are. When you pop up in those comment sections and stuff like that, we know who you are. And at that, keep in mind, even if you set up a fake account with YouTube, you still have to put in proper information. You have to verify checks and all that stuff. So don't get me wrong, we can find out. You're not as hidden as you think you are. Unless you're smart enough and you're using a proxy server where you're masking your IP address, and that's a different story. You're bouncing your pings off someplace else where you're showing up at one location or you're at another location. But other than that, most of you probably don't know about that. IT tech. Anyway, let me see. All right, so we're done here, man. I'm going downstairs and do my demonstration. As I always do, I don't come in here and talk a lot of trash. I back up my work. So let's do a pillowcase demonstration, which I can't wait to do. Someone said, what about pillowcases? People ask me random weird stuff to go against the screen. So we're going to do pillowcases today. Also, too, I got to do another video for Vivid Storm because back and forth, we are doing some talks back and forth. I don't think I'm gonna get my sample at the end of the truth. At the end of the day, I'll customize and make their screens better. But as I'm doing it, no, that's going to end up in court. It's really tricky when you're dealing. That's why I don't like to do contracts overseas. It's really, really, really complicated. They have different laws and rules and regulations than the ones we have over here. So things can get really, really complicated. And I've done an overseas contract before, a few of them. And it's not something I ever want to do again. But if it's like an agreement, I can deal with an agreement. Agreement is simple and plain. So we'll see what that goes from there. I can basically, I'll show them some, I'm not going to show them to them, but they'll have to pay for it on basically us advancing the technology. As a matter of fact, I would rather go into purchasing the product than me basically manufacturing. Of course, I'm not manufacturing jack. So we come off better just customizing them a special formula to make their screens advance better than what they are, which we could do that easily. Of course, they would have to buy the technology and it won't be cheap. It would be extremely costly because now I'm not doing the whole blah, 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 and blah, 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 blah. We're not doing 50, 60K anymore, 80K. We're going higher than that now. We should. Way higher than that. So let's see what we got going on here. All right. Yeah, it's interesting. That's funny. So now I got that on a live stream. Another one we have on a live stream of Crow basically removing this from the channel. Oh no, you got too much information. You gotta go, buddy. You gotta go. You gotta go. Where's that other video we had on here real quick? What we got? So at the end of the day, we know that his product is fake. It doesn't work. That black paint doesn't work at all. And it's not even black, it's actually gray. So how in the world are you trying to come up with that dumb nonsense? And that venue, that's garbage. I wouldn't even buy. I'm sorry, I wouldn't think it's anybody's product, but it's gray. It's a gray screen paint product. The darker mix that he just showed basically performs better than that. And that was supposed to be a Cinemax. That's supposed to be a top screen. And I think produced a better image than his top screen. And that screen wasn't even really that dark. The UV's darker than that. Yeah, man, you're going to have to work a little hard. This is what you got to show off. See right there? You got to be to show your screen doing that. Being able to produce a white level that high on a screen that black. Right, so if people got to have something to hide, the first thing they'll do is they'll start blocking stuff left and right. Just like this demonstration right here. This is the demonstration we use to make the product. That's CROWS video right there in his living room slash, it's a dining room slash kitchen, making a black and white product, which is the same thing we use to make these down here on the floor, right there. Matched all his products perfectly. No problem whatsoever. Oh, get my stand card around here. All right, we're into, I got enough time to finish up the rest of my screen. That's it. And this is going to be posted to our YouTube. As a matter of fact, we're putting it on our blacklist. I told you we're designing a blacklist of people you want to stay away from. Fake demonstration in the backyard. This goes on and on and on. Deleted videos, did paints on it. Oh, just a shame. It really is. He just cuts so many corners. And I like the other people who make screen paint products, like Pro HD is another company that makes black products. They don't come on there and make fake accusations. They never do. I've watched their demonstrations, clean cut into the book. They'll explain exactly what it is. They don't over embellish anything. This is the only individual I know that comes on. He gives other people that are trying to get up to make screen paints, he gives them a bad name. He does. Don't follow anything this guy does at all, period. Do the opposite of everything that he does. Because he gives other people bad names. Because, wow, these are the guys that come on air. They're professional. They are professional. They come on air. They explain their product exactly how it is, so and so and so. The only thing I do have a gripe with the products is when they say it's ambient light rejection. And ambient light rejection, I feel, is basically taken too lightly because they figure if there's one light in the environment or a little bit of light here and there, that's ambient light rejection. That's not ambient light rejection because the average living room doesn't even look like that. The average living room is well lit, it's bright. I'm pretty sure when you go in your design your living room from your house, you're not thinking I'm going with the caveman look or the Batman look. You want something that's going to be bright and vivid. That's what most people have in their living rooms, very bright living rooms. So yeah, you're going to have the ambient light control that environment and get your screen to pop. That's not good. And you're in the dark right now, in the dark environment, doing your demonstrations, showing off your screen. And this, to help me show you real quick before we leave out here real quick. I still got this demonstration upstairs. You're talking all this trash about my product, and yet I can do this. And you can't. That's 5:51 in the evening. Hopefully we get a good day today. I'll be outside at 5:51. I had an important phone call with an attorney, so I couldn't do that today early. I had to do something very important. But anyway, yeah, that's 5:51. That's my screen up there displaying a black level at 5:51. This is the video he was griping about. I don't know how you griping about this video. Let's see if we can find anything wrong in my video. Let me pick apart my own video. I do that in my older videos all the time, comparing to what, but then again, like I said, that was 7 years ago. So let's see, we're outside. We did the live stream on that one. So last one, no, that's the live stream test. That's when I had Wi-Fi on. I figured out that I had to remove my Wi-Fi in order to get a clean image to pop up. So let me see. What am I doing wrong here? I got 250-inch screens. I got one displaying fish on this side, one doing outer space. Projectors are 27 feet away from the screen. Any discoloration coming up on my screen when I'm showing the contrast levels? Any tannish look to the screen at all? This is producing too dark. Can you see the screen? Is it too dark that you can't even see it? Let's see. Let's go over and let's see where we're showing. There's the projectors right there set up side by side. You know, one's 720p, one's actually a 1080p projector. So let's see if anything's wrong with the screen. So let's see any discoloration in the black levels, anything coming up tan. This screen right here showing a nice bright level. Is that coming up too dark? You can't even see it. Yeah, sure. As a matter of fact, I even went and put it in a snow level for you. There you go. Boom, snow level. We cover everything in these demonstrations. There you go. Nice, bright, colorful snow level right there. Let's do it from the side, all right? Let's make sure that the screen is actually pulling up. So what we're going to do is we're going to walk over to the screen, and we're going to turn it over on the side to see what the angle gain will pick up on a black screen on a snow level. Let's see if the screen picks up. Oh, it does pick up, doesn't it? Interesting. So where are you getting any criticism out of my video? You can't even do this. Look, I'm gonna go back even farther. Look how far I'm over. 90-degree viewing angle. Look how much white light. And that's a Phoenix, by the way. I told you Phoenix have very high bright levels also. That's a Phoenix pulling a white storm that close on an angle gain. You can't even pull up this contrast level right here. If I took your product out there, it'll wash out with no problem. But yet I can pull a white level right here at this angle right here. Oh, that's not an angle gain yet. This is an angle gain. You see, Crow? The fact that I can come in and I can tear apart someone's video and find all the flaws in their videos is the exact same thing when I do my videos. I do the opposite. All the things that they're not doing right, I will do right in my videos. That's a black screen that you claimed in your demonstrations that pulled up a level so dark that you couldn't even see it. And mind you, you did that on a little square sheet. That right there is a 150-inch screen outside. Meters don't pick up out there. The meter that you're using in the house right now, your settings won't pick up out there. It's too much ambient light. I have to set my meter at 10 times, 20 times. So whatever comes up on that meter, say if it's like 1600, that is 10 times 1600 that pulls up outside. Even if it's at 400, it's still higher at 10 times and 20 times. My meter goes up to 200,000 lux. So keep in mind, while you're in the house with that little bit of light that you're displaying, I can do this outside at a screen that's twice the size of your screen, at a farther distance than your screen has ever been. And I can do that on white levels, contrast levels, colors, and even with your product laying against it. And that screen, as you claim, being so dark, couldn't pull up an image, is pulling up a white level that bright on the side of the screen at a 190-degree viewing angle at 551. Ta-da! But you want to ridicule my work. Whatever. Good luck. You got nothing on me, Crow. I'm going to pack up my products right here, my mixes that I made. Put these downstairs in the basement. We have no need to paint these. I told you from the door, we're not doing any painting over these products at all. We don't need to do that. We don't need to make any more products. We're done. What I have here in this mixture right here, this goes from 2 tablespoons all the way up to 10. Anywhere within that category of 2 to 10 will match this screen. Anything in there. Whatever I add. If I add 6 in one or 4 in one or 2 in one, will match the screen. I got a perfect measurement between 2 and 10 to get whatever I need. Now, as for the reversal, 6 would be the max, but in between that, between 2 and 10, in reversal would give me any color I want in a darker shade. So automatically I have all your products already figured out. So we're done here on this one. I got live streams of Crow way back where we try to get the Metallica mix and we try to get the personal mix and we try to get the UV mix from them. And we were on YouTube. I got not YouTube, we're on eBay. We're doing a live stream, and in the live stream, Crow canceled multiple orders in those live streams. They keep us, this on eBay. They keep us from getting this product. So you're going to come on camera, talk trash about people's products, do fake demonstrations against their products, and then when they try to get your products to bring them down here for testing, you cancel orders. That does not look good for you. That looks really, really bad. I know in your head you may think that you're blocking people from buying your products, but it looks really bad. And it looks even worse when you send them invites to buy from you. That looks even worse right there. You want to name yourself professional. You want to say you're a professional in this field. That does not look good for you at all, period. And then insult somebody at the same time while you're doing it. And then the person goes and buys from you and you start screaming Karen on every single cancel order about how you're being harassed and whatever. No, it doesn't look good. You just classically pulled a Karen, literally, on live stream. So like I said, when we try to get those particular products we have downstairs right now, I have streams of him canceling orders in live streams, even at one point jumping the price on his product. And one of the orders you will see, we displayed the paint went all the way up to $275, $230, $240. This is way before he was charging $85 for his products. This is trying to get those individual paints we have now downstairs. So then, talking all this trash on camera, he finally starts raising the price. I told him I got $4 grand in the wallet. We can go as high as you want. I'm curious if we can get you to cancel out on $3 grand. You know, that would have been really embarrassing if we paid $3,000. Not for us, if we paid $3 grand for that paint, because that's my wallet. My wallet's $4 grand. We paid $3 grand for that paint, and he gave that money back. You know how embarrassing that would have been? So instead of going through that humiliation because he couldn't raise the price anymore, Crow decided to delete the entire eBay account altogether. Deleted his entire eBay account. Think I'm joking? You should know by now. Mr. Bird backs everything up. Crow deleting eBay account. Right there in Google. Didn't have to go to YouTube to get that. It pops up automatically. Crow has canceled our orders and deleted his eBay account right there. I told you. I didn't have to go to YouTube to get that. It's all over the internet of him doing this. He canceled his account.
Seller because there was an error. He pulled it on you. He pulled the freaking listing. So he pulled his own listing to keep us from getting our hands on the paint. Are you freaking kidding me? You pulled your own freaking eBay listing. Are you kidding me?
Mind you, Crow was in the room with us. He was in the room with us. That's him. See that message that's going off over again? That's him texting my phone, cursing me out. You did it to yourself, man. So he went in there and deleted his own eBay account to keep us from getting access to it. He was that scared. And he went through all that for nothing when we just had a customer go in and buy the product and send it to us. That's why we had the Metallica mix downstairs. That's why we had the personal mix in there. And that's why we had the UB mix. And yes, we had the official unboxing videos showing every last one of them with the labels on display that we got his product. We got his personal mix like 4 or 5 times. We had other people go in and buy it for us. Because when Crow lies and sits there and says, oh, he forgets, like I said, he has I think he has delusional. He forgets things. Groundhog syndrome. That's what he has. Groundhog Day syndrome. You're something Groundhog Day. That's what he has. When he sent in that email, I said, we've already been through this before. We went through this mess way back, and when we tried to get the first products from him, when he was talking all this trash, and we can just come in and buy off his eBay account, buy whatever you want, just to look good on camera, look good on the stream, but didn't realize we were streaming the entire thing when it was going on. He popped into our channel, started talking all this trash. I said, well, how far you want to go? I said, I can bring this all up to $4,000. I wonder if you cancel on a $3,000 order. So he's jumping his price. Coming to buy. He got scared and he pulled his own listing. And somebody in the channel went in and checked to see if the listing was pulled. He said, it's gone. Something to hide. You can't talk trash and can't back it up. That's like being like I said, professional boxer, and you talk all this trash at all these events, but every time they have a fight for the showing, you're not there. You don't show up. And then the next day, you're still talking trash. But I can back all this up. You don't have any videos of me like this. I got videos of you canceling orders. I got videos of all kinds of stuff on you. You don't have anything on me like this. Not one thing. Again, cancel this entire, you pulled the whole listing. The whole listing. Let me see what we got right here. See, I want you to look at this right here. Now,
personal mix, and here it is.
See the price right here? This was the price he charged us for his mix. This is the refund money that went back to my account. He charged us $130. Proof he was jumping the price on his paint. Let me know when any of you right now have paid $130 for his paint. Any of y'all. None of y'all have. He was literally jumping the price to get us to keep from buying his product. That's how scared he was. And we're basically boom, boom, boom. I said, look, man, I got a $4,000 wallet. How far you want to go? I bet you won't return $3,000. That's what we're going to do. We're going to keep jumping as high as it can go. He got tired of it. He pulled the whole listing. Scared. But anytime you want to buy my product, Crow, make an order. I'll send it right to you. Heck, I'll ship it express if you want. And I know at the end of the day, you fake any demonstrations on it, well, we know at the door that bottom line is it's going to come up because I can do the same demonstration up here on my own products. As a matter of fact, I had test demonstrations on my product before I even launched it. So yeah, good luck on that one. And if you figure you can make my product, well, I'm telling you again, make my product. Make my product, post the ingredients, and I'll test it against my own screen to see if you can make it. Knock yourself out. I don't have any problem with that. I got faith in my products. But yeah, he pulled the listing, pulled the entire eBay listing. Go on. He talks all this trash. Just like we went on his site for a minute, just a minute, not to buy nothing. For a minute to see if he was posting that paint on there without being tested. Here he comes in the room. Dude, calm down. I'm not buying any of your products. Relax. I'm not buying anything on your products. Just relax. Yeah, be paranoid. The reason why Crow sent us that email, like I said at the end of the day, is because, as I said before, we had somebody come in and buy his product again. I was out of the Metallica mix. We didn't have any more left. So I had somebody buy it for me. Now, like I said, I could make it myself and slap his label on it, but you don't do that business that way. We don't do business that way. I'll have your box down here. I'll open it up on camera, showing that I purchased it, and I'll show your product off. I'll flash your labels, showing that we have your product. We don't do business like that. He does fake demonstrations where he's painting up screens where they don't even match our screens, number one. They don't even pass any of the demonstrations, number two. Oh, it's another thing, too. If you do have our products, how about you paint some black paint to the side of some of the products and see what happens? See if you can match one of our demonstrations on here. See if it matches up. But anyway, so he does fake demonstrations. So like I said, when we bust on these demonstrations, Crow does a few things we figured out. First thing he'll do is he'll go on vacation to avoid the issue. Second thing he'll do is he'll do some demonstration on gaming like Destiny or whatever. He'll do something like that to avoid it. Or he'll do some product review, or he'll switch it up from the black screen to something else. I don't know what's more sadder, the fact that you try to make a black screen and fail miserably, because at the end of the day, I don't know what you were trying to go with this. I guess you were trying to prove that you could make a product as fast as we could. Yeah, good luck on that one. You failed miserably on that one. That right there is done. And again, your UV mix is darker than the product you have up there, and it doesn't even work well. So we failed on that. You're trying to say that your gray screen paints are better than dark screens. You failed on that one too, because that product you just showed, basically being a lighter mix than the UV, was able to produce a much better contrast in color on your screen than your setup that you have in the dark with the P2. You did it on a 720p projector, uncalibrated. It pulled a better image in your Cinemax. Or the fact that you lied and said your Cinemax could pull contrast levels equal to black screens, but you couldn't even pull a contrast level equal to a screen that wasn't as dark as your UV mix. Even more baffling. That's why he pulled that video, because he realized what he did. He messed up. So at the end of the day, when I was telling you that darker technology is the future, it is. Just got to be to get it right, that's all. He can't forget to get it right. Because I know how Crow makes his products. It's the same thing as a black and white paint. Black and white paint. He made the same thing with this. It's the same thing. It's the same black and white paint. If you took the UV mix, we put 6 in to get this color, right? If you took this and you probably put in maybe about, well, it has to be lighter than this. So it had to be somewhere in 2 to 3 in that area right there. Probably in 2 to 3 in that area to do it. We did it by 6. I'd say somewhere, I wouldn't say 2 to 3. Yeah, if it was black and he had to put in there, it'd be somewhere in the range of, yeah, it would be around 2 to 3. Somewhere in that area, it would be. It probably would be. No, because that would make it darker than the UV mix. The UV mix is 6 into 1 quart. So it would have to be, it's not as dark as UV mix, is darker. So this one is actually lighter. So it's probably between 7 and 8, probably somewhere in 10, around there. You have to figure it out right from there. Because this is the UV mix. That's why I pulled up the UV mix and put it next to his screen. I was like, I know how to make this. So I know exactly how many tablespoons it would take of white paint to nail that surface right there. And that's when I was pulling up the sample sheet. I was like, what about this one? About that was matching his screen to the Cinemax. He pulled that video. He got me off the channel as fast as possible. I figured out I know how to make his products. Again, we used to make them back in the day. Let's go under, let's see. No, we're done with this. What the frick am I doing here? Let me get this up downstairs. I got things to do. Let's go downstairs and check out the black pillowcase display. Black pillowcase display. He's angry. Just got me another contract offer. You know, Hawk says, don't worry, I'm always angry. No, Crow says, don't worry, I'm always failing. You are failing, man. I hate to put it that way, but you fail hard, man. If you did your demonstrations correctly, you would have a really good product. But you don't do that at all, period. I gotta get back into that Far Cry. That Far Cry. Here we got the sample sheets for whatchamacallit. I'm gonna be sending them stuff pretty soon. Some new videos a day on their products. We are the champions, my friend. Keep on fighting to the end. We are the champions. Yeah. I got to have a great singing voice, but I'll tell you one thing. This is why it pays. I'm glad I had a military father. I'm so glad. I used to hate his guts. I'm sorry, to really hate his guts. Really hate his guts. Because I figured he was too hard on me. But I'm so glad, man. He basically was really hard on me. I'm really glad. Because you know why? Because he was the kind of person that didn't take 100%. It had to be 150%. It had to be done right. You don't come to him with no nonsense, no bullcrap. I can't get it done. Can't was not an option. And because of that, this man taught me how to basically do things right and do them by the book. You do them right, you don't do them at all. And I can look and see all the corner cutters. Go ahead and analyze my videos. Knock yourself out. Be my guest. Because I do things in my demonstrations that they don't even think of even doing. Yeah, I can go at a 190-degree viewing angle at 150-inch outside and pour a snowstorm on the screen and watch that thing, boom, blow out from the screen. Yep. Ain't that right, Taco? So we got pillowcases up. Here's a pillowcase. Pillowcase, 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 pillowcase. Are we doing pillowcases? I had to get back to my Far Cry. I didn't get into the rooster fight yet. There's a rooster fight in there, I think, battle in there. I got to find out. There's a whole lot of... The unicorn. I'm still hunting. This is a unicorn in there you could find. Oh, yeah. I got to really get into this game. I didn't like the first part because it was kind of slow. Kind of dragged out a little bit. But now the guy was telling me, once you get up that first island, you start getting it in. And man, he was not joking. I'm having a ball on it. Pillowcase, 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 pillowcase. Pillowcase. Well, today, YouTube, when you have time, thank you. Yeah, that's a girl. I can't wait. I'm just going to copy that with one particular scene where he basically deletes me off. I think he deleted it from my channel. Oh, is his YouTube channel still there? Maybe just pull his YouTube channel. I don't know. And at the end of the day, you're not supposed to, and I got to remind myself this myself. I know I make some mistakes. I do. But you're not supposed to rejoice when your enemies fall. That's one thing I try to teach myself. But good gracious, this guy does some of the, ugh. Boy, I'm telling you. Yeah, ain't it? Ain't it? Tell me about it. Cat's sitting there talking about, ugh. There you go. Colors? Oh, yeah. See? There you go. That's how dark your colors come up. So let's see. Can a pillowcase beat my screen? No. You know, I just find stuff. I got to start going to Home Depot Cat and just start tracking down stuff to throw against the screen. Let's throw a black table up there next. We're going to do just grind some random black stuff to throw against the screen. That's what I'm going to do. It'd be pretty cool, ain't it? You just gave me that look like you got nothing better to do with your time. Really? You got cats give you that look like, really? Brother, we're going to start today. Don't worry. Your stuff is going to be here. I ordered your stuff. It's coming. He's ticked off right now. He wants his food. He got food here. He wants his treats. He got special treats that I get him. And he need them too, because they help you with your breath. Because your breath in the morning be like, well, the weather's gonna be good on Friday. I'm bringing the game system out on Friday. We're gonna do I'm gonna do Far Cry outside on the 150 outside. We're definitely gonna do that outside. Far Cry, we do some Back for Blood. And I got the LED lights coming in. Oh, I can't wait to finish this screen off, man. I was supposed to get the border put on the screen, the black, not the border, but we was gonna put a wooden frame around it. And I forgot to ask the driver when she came down. I was like, I literally forgot to ask her to go get the company drive Home Depot to pick that up. But we'll get that taken care of because it's supposed to have a nice wooden frame. So how I did that screen was, it's actually screwed into the frame around the deck, and I'm gonna put a wooden frame around it and connect that into the frame itself so it doesn't blow anywhere. And then after that, we're gonna put some nice LED lights in. The LED lights are gonna be gorgeous. I can't wait to get these LED lights. Just soft glow. A little bit more, but just soft glow. And yes, they are weatherproof. This is the demonstration Crow was doing. There you go, Crow. That's how it's done. Got to show the difference between the two. Any black surface is going to pull contrast. The problem you're going to have with a black surface that's not tested correctly is that your white levels are going to suffer and color is going to suffer. And that's why you got to do demonstrations like this. You got to do demonstrations against out of the box. I mean, not only black paint, you got to use black fabric. You got to use everything. You got to throw everything against it. Because at the end of the day, you got to get into the mind of the consumer, the person you're doing business with. Because they're going to ask you, what's the difference in me just taking a black sheet and putting it across here? Or what's the difference in me taking a black paint or black mesh or whatever? You have to show them that difference. Okay, that's why we requested that. We requested that multiple times from him. And every single time he has avoided it and did something completely different that we asked him to do. Every single time. So someone said, let me go pop in today and see if he did it. Nope, didn't do it at all. So you can't claim to have made a black product if you can't back it up. That's why I told you, accept no copycats. Accept no imitators. I'm an expert in this field. I've been doing this for many, many years. You think you're going to come out of there and just do it like that? Yeah, right. Where's my sound at? Oh, yeah. I remember. This is when we had our first sound and everything. Let me see. We gotta go to advanced settings on this one. Audio. What's on? Oh, that's right. This is running through the electrical speakers.
That's the speakers. What it is, one buddy. Let's see. Okie dokie. It's all running through. What's going on? Let's have some sound here. Are the speakers on or off? Speakers audio. Speakers are on. It's all on here. Okay. So there. Oh, that sound is on.
Line in.
Come here, buddy. What are you doing today? Food coming in overnight. You excited? Got you 2 bags. I got you 1 bag for yourself. I got you to eat the whole bag if you want, okay? I got you another bag. Yeah. You fluffy monster. You fluffy monster, you. How dare you fight me, you fluffy monster. Go ahead. Run. Same thing we got to do when we did the blackout cloth. When we showed the ones for $178, we sell those. When I did the demonstration, I have to show the screen off, one coated and one not coated. So at the end of the day, someone's not going to say, oh, that's just a regular black sheet. There's nothing different from it. You're just taking a black sheet and you're just selling it. No, you have to show the difference between the two. We had the demonstration doing it on 1,000 lumens and doing it on 5,000 lumens. You have to show a difference. Look at this joke in the middle of the floor. He hasn't passed any of the tests on the Phantom technology. Where's the 18 certified screens? Where's your 5 certifieds in ultra short throws? Did you max out how many ultra short throw demonstrations you can do? Color patterns, contrast, white levels. Where's your distance throw? At 22 feet, even at 18 feet. And that has to be done with a comparison, which means you have to have certifieds up there, showing the difference of how your screen is going to react at that distance throw of the light you have in the environment. It's going to hit the screen with a comparison of certified screens there to compare which one's going to produce the better image and color. Not even there in the demonstration. And at that, you've still failed to produce a black screen because your screen clearly shows it's not black, it's gray. Anytime that the UV mix is producing is a darker screen than your product, even showing compared on the TV. Your speakers don't even match your screen. And I showed you in the demonstration how you can just as easily take that black speaker cover it over top, and I can do the exact same thing he just did in his demonstration. Take that off, put it against our screen turns it dark. Have to be the back that.
It's hard to relax if you have to DIY.
Do a hoodie up there, do all kinds of stuff up there. Yeah, you got that paint, you painted on your white screen? Yeah, you got a rude awakening. Screen would have came up dark, just like that. Why didn't do a white level test? He's why do a white level test. You got to compare your white levels. We're going to do some demonstrations on the butterflies. There you go. There's mine right there. I'm not going to get on camera and do this and do that without doing it against my own product. Back it up. Now we got demonstrated the same thing with that whole lie when we developed the sun killer invisible technology. Came out there talking, not got embarrassed again on that one. Deleted the video on that one too. We got him in a deleted video. Came out there, sprayed frost paint on it first, and so that's how they're doing it. Not realizing the screen we were displaying was a dark gray. When he made that mistake, he deleted that video. And he made this little square little cutout, stuck it up in his window, says, look, it's taking direct sunlight. It's not taking direct sunlight. There's no window, and no light in your windowsill, nothing at all. Then he tried to do a demonstration again and try to show the same dark product, trying to make it with using poly and black paint, which didn't even mix well because you can see the individual black specks where the product didn't marry well all over the screen. And then goes, look, it's taking an ambient light. Dude, sunlight was across the street. This screen took a direct hit from sunlight. And you can peel the screen when you're done with it. Didn't even do it. Didn't finish that demonstration, went on to something else. Anytime from now on that you want to claim yourself making our products, you make it, you post the ingredients, and we'll post it against our product. I'll embarrass you even more. You don't learn nothing. Black house paint, which he was supposed to do in his demonstration, which he failed to do, which we requested multiple times over and over again for him to do black house paint. Doesn't pull up a white level at all, period.
Sustainability doesn't have to mean doing
Back
less.
up here, because I like to be back here.
Sometimes it's giving more people
Now the black house paint comes up a little lighter than the white levels, but still at the end of the day, can't see contrast. I'm sorry, can't see white levels. My favorite one, Skyworth. I don't think we have microphones running to this bad boy. Nope, we don't. Let's go over. It should bring it automatically one hit. Nope, two. Here we go. Our screen too. We got black pillowcases. We got the black paint. Let's get a little more here. We're gonna take our black whatever case down. We need one of these. Black case off. Get some black fabric. There's some black fabric up there. How about some speaker? That speaker, something I showed you, that $8 speaker fabric. We were able to mimic his screen with the speaker fabric, but for some reason, speaker fabric can't keep the white levels. And this is what you were supposed to do. A white screensaver only. That's what you were supposed to do. That's the easy stuff we're doing. That's what you were supposed to display. No mixed colors, nothing, just a solid white level. That's what you're supposed to display. Each one of these colors is different. This is a different shade of black. That's a different shade of black. That's a different shade of black. That's what you're supposed to display. This is the 6th request that we requested him to do. A pour out next to black paint, showing both of them equally the same, but they must show a difference in front of the projector. Let me do some far cry correction. Kitty! Kitty! Meow. Wait, do you have food in your dish? Kitty? Alright, so we're done here. I'm gonna put the screen back upstairs. We did it, it served its purpose. I mean, I had to bring a phantom down here to basically show you. You're lucky, like I said, you're lucky you didn't put that screen paint on your website, because I would have placed that order right away and watched you cancel it out. I would even give you the advice to cancel out. Don't even dare ever put that product ever on your website. Because if we get it down here, or if I make an attempt to have somebody purchase and bring it down here, you will not like the outcome of it all. Don't make any more fake products. You need to work hard. Stop cutting corners. You need to work hard and make an actual product that works. Because if you're going to come at me and against my black product and tell me, oh, you got to do this test and you got to do that test, and you got to do this and that and the other, and you can't do it yourself, there's something wrong there. Because CROWS is the one coming at us telling people that everybody that, oh, his product is nothing but black paint. There's no difference in this product. Don't buy him. He's just scamming people. It's just black paint. So you're going to come at me with that nonsense. Well, guess what? I return the favor right back to you. Where's your test demonstration? You don't have any at all. As a matter of fact, you got so scared today from me breaking down your videos and showing people exactly what your product really is that you basically either banned this from your channel, blocked this from the channel, or you basically pulled your channel. I don't know which one it is. But you did pull us from the channel. Now today, I don't care. You're a subscriber on my channel. You can stay as long as you want. We don't do stuff like that. We ain't got nothing to hide. Feel free to break down my videos. You can show people what your videos can't do. Because if you had noticed in that demonstration outside, I pulled 190 viewing on a white snowstorm. And that screen came up that bright that it was reflecting light onto the grass. Did you see that? Yeah. All right, with that being said, I'm out of here. I got to be back on to do a private video for Vivid Storm to show my comparison to their products next to ours. Send them an email and work on that. And I have a contract to sign today. Get that ready. And also to have an order to put out for the contract screen paints. As I said, we're going to be only available for the people who have contracts under companies. We're going to be next, actually, no, in 2 more days, I told you we're going to do that burnt red. That burnt red's coming up. We're going to do a burnt red screen. It's going to be gorgeous. And this is going to be set up. Also, I had a couple other projects we're going to be working on, but a few things I can't talk about. But you can only obtain these products. If you're interested, you can only obtain these through the websites which we'll be displaying on our site. They'll be showing YouTube videos and Facebook demonstrations on their products for everybody to see. This is going to be a product that's going to be online and offline available. So this is going to be a good opportunity for the company. Open a lot of doors from us. And even give us more invites from big companies that are interested in getting samples from our tech. All right, with that being said, got to go, and God bless. Bam.